And we on. Salute, fam. Big boy, I see you in the building. What's happening with it, fam? Finna do another Monday night live. Chop it up. Go over these results. You know what I'm saying? I hit second place this week. Talk about this week's schedule coming up. Salute, bro.
Salute. What's that?
Shit, chilling. Chop it up, fam. Man, you see, Derek Bailey, shout out to Derek Bailey. Derek Bailey hit that first place, man. I came right behind
Yeah, y'all nigga did y'all thing, man. I went out there and beat my own motherfucking self.
him.
Yeah, man, I had that fucking Julio Cesar Martinez by majority decision. I hit up Chan Ross and changed that shit to Carmona.
And he ended up messing you up.
Give me a second. Let me go change my settings. I'll be right back.
All right, got you. Yeah, Derek Bailey hit that first place, man. Shout out to him. I came in second. Lady Chan came in third.
Yeah, I had changed that Julio Cesar Martinez majority decision to Carmona. That's the one that I'm regretting the most because I need that majority decision so I can stay on top of the charts with the decisions and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm number one on that shit. Yeah. Your ass hit 3 bonuses and you caught up to me. I got 6 and you got 5. And then I beat myself on Josh Kelly. I went against the 4 on the pedigree scale and took a 3. And then it was another fight that I fucked up on. Well, it might come to me. It was one of them early fights though. Oh yeah, the Brandon Glant. I took Brandon Glant a fucking 3 on the pedigree scale, and I took him over David Light, a 2014 Commonwealth Games silver medalist, like a dumbass. But that's why I always say, man, it's easier for me to pick fights by reading about them instead of looking at the eye test. I did the eye test on David Light, and I didn't think he had nothing. And that motherfucker went out there and outboxed Brandon Glant.
Hey, that shit fucking motherfucker up every time.
Yeah, man, I'm trash when it comes to the eye test, man. So I'm just gonna stick to my scale from now on. Make the shit easy. You know what I'm saying? Cause I could have caught up to that motherfucker, King of Kings a little bit. Yeah, that motherfucker lucky I was slipping in my pimping because I could be 16 points behind that motherfucker if I just did what I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna come back with something this week because we got 20 fights on the schedule.
Hey, who you picked out of Chocolatito and Estrada?
Chocolatito like a motherfucker, but I ain't really tripping on that one. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a rematch. I always get rematches wrong.
Yeah, that's I hit on that one right there.
Yeah, that was a good one. I could have got that majority decision if I had picked the right dude because I mainly picked majority decision. You know what I'm saying? But I fucked up on that one. I took the 35-year-old over the 32-year-old like a motherfucker.
That's why I keep saying might as well pick that anyway, since you don't get no points for the UD.
Oh yeah. That's why I be trying to tell my nigga Napoleon. That man be dead set on taking unanimous decisions. He don't give a fuck. I tell him time and time again. Stop picking that shit, nigga. Pick split decision and majority decision so you have action that get the bonus.
Hey, remember I used to do that shit too till y'all told me. Like, you don't get no points for that shit.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I used to always pick UD over and over and over again until I didn't nobody even tell me. I just peep game. Then I hit up Chan Ross and asked him, and he was like, "Yeah, that's why everybody be picking MD and SD all the time," and that's what made me change up on it.
Yeah, I had to hawk you down on the decisions, man. I gotta get a second or first or something, goddamn.
Yeah, you came and closed the space a little bit, man. I gotta take off on you again, though, man. Don't get too comfortable.
Charles D, salute, man.
Charles D, what's up with it?
J1 Pro, he came in 8 this week. Napoleon came in 10. Champ Ross is tied for 10. D'Lo did his thing. He was in the top 20 and 13. Rod X, Eric R,
What Gil Cole's Marquez at?
He tied for 39.
All right, as long as I beat that motherfucker.
And you in the top 10, you and Rod X in the top 10, and you, Rod X, and King of King
All
on the
right,
overall.
this motherfucker big boy side sound far away, man. I don't know what's going on with my shit, man. Let me try to fix it.
It was going in and out. Yasir in the building. Salute, bro. Everybody doing their thing, man. I gotta come back. I missed that 1 week. That shit hurt me bad. I'm down by almost 100 points. No, I am down by 100. 100 some change. 45th out of 63. I'm down here. D-Lo in the building. D-Lo, if you ain't doing nothing, go on and hit the link, man. You seem like when your ass jump on, you ready to get off. There you go. I see you, D-Lo. You gonna keep your... Okay. I got you. What's good, bro? D-Lo, what's good,
Hey,
bro?
what's up, man?
That much. Hey, what you think about this week's schedule?
Man, I like it, man. A lot of fights to choose from. You know what I'm saying? Loaded. A lot going on the same weekend. That's the one thing I used to complain about a lot with boxing is how some weekends will be stacked. You'll have so many fights going on at the same time you can't watch half of them, and then it'll be like 2 weekends in a row, ain't nothing going on. So you know what I'm saying. But I'm hoping that we'll consistently get bouts that we can watch. Every weekend coming up. There's a lot of the new entities making noise in boxing. So, you would think that there's gonna consistently be something on worth looking at.
Right.
Like I still sound far away?
Nah, you sound good.
I don't know what's going on with my shit, man. This the new little headphones I had got. But it's been doing like that a lot lately, man. So y'all let me know if I start sounding trash. D-Lo, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, did I miss did Terrence Crawford have a face-off weigh-in and shit? Did I miss that?
For the weigh-in ain't gonna be till Friday.
You mean like a presser, like a
press conference on me. Yeah.
I ain't seen that. I don't know. I ain't seen, but I ain't really been in the loop like that.
Yeah, me neither. But I've been checking that.
Yeah, I had heard it, but I would think that people would have been making videos. I'd at least seen some headlines about it.
Because he's definitely on this schedule.
Yeah, they definitely fighting this Saturday.
Yeah.
Along with everybody else.
For real. Jared Anderson, Teofimo Lopez, Keyshawn Davis, and then you got Terrence Crawford card.
Yeah, I had seen somewhere. I don't know what's gonna happen for sure, but somebody had posted a while back, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, that Bomac was gonna be with Keyshawn Davis.
But hey, look, and he fighting on a Friday.
Is his fight Friday, not Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe okay, I got you. I was thinking he was fighting
No,
Saturday.
Keyshawn is on a Friday too. Oh no, it is Saturday.
Yeah, they fight Saturday, top rank card.
See, that's what I'm saying. He can't be at both places at the same time.
Oh, it's a Sunday card too, y'all.
Yeah, it's a Sunday card.
Yeah, that's what it was.
We got a gang of action this week, man. It's like a boxing holiday this weekend.
Then the Noe fight on Tuesday.
Yeah. Against Paul Butler.
Yeah. But Paul Butler probably gonna stop him.
They got they got the knockout prop for Nui at -1600.
So they already done said it's a knockout. He might well not even sure.
Yeah, Champ Ross in the building. Salute, bro. What's happening?
My nigga Champ Ross in the building. What's up, bro? Hey, man, you need to cut me off and quit letting me change my motherfucking picks, man, and fucking up my standards on the Champ Ross. God damn me. Hey, every time I tell him, I say, man, look out, Champ Ross. Let me make this change and shit. And he send me that thumbs up. Like, yeah, nigga, you want to fuck up? All right, I got you. Don't even worry about it.
Louis in the building. Salute, Louis. What's good, bro?
Come off mute, nigga, if you trying to talk.
What's good, Louis? If you saying something, we can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you if you talking.
It sound like a mile away.
Jay Brown, salute, bro. Jay Brown.
All right. For the honorable judge, Joe Brown. What's up, bro? Big boy say he didn't like that 97, 92 light car. He thought that shit was too wide, huh? Yeah, I saw the motherfucker won by split decision, but shout out to David Light, man. He went out there and handled this business. I'm stupid as a motherfucker for not picking him. That's a 2014 Commonwealth Games silver medalist. And I took the damn 3 on the pedigree scale. Brandon Glanton out there with all them big ass muscles and shit. Looking all stiff.
Hey, is James Metcalf Eric Metcalf brother? Y'all remember Eric Metcalf?
Yeah, I think that's his. His daddy.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, James is Eric daddy.
Yeah, because that name ain't too many people got that name.
Yeah, he just happened to be a little younger than him, but yeah.
That Metcalf can box a little bit.
Derek Bailey in the building. Salute, bro.
Derek Bailey, salute to you. Congratulations.
He got that first place, didn't he?
My nigga the Kane in the building said definitely a boxing holiday with Bud fighting like a motherfucker.
Hey, Derek Bailey, shout out to you. I was just talking about you hit that first place, man.
Yeah,
much respect.
Yeah, he did his thing.
Yeah, I came right behind you.
I ain't had a first place in about 3 seasons.
Hey, that Metcalf though can box though, man. It was a few. I think it was like last season. He had fought this dude named Kerman Lejaraga. I think he from Spain. He a power puncher. Everybody took Lejaraga and Metcalf went out there and boxed his ass up out there.
You got
put them skills on. He just put pure boxing skills on the dude. Work off a jab a little bit, maintain range. You know what I'm saying? Counter punch a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But he went out there and neutralized the power punch. It was a great performance.
That just solidified my pick. I will be taking Metcalf.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take Metcalf. Man, we got a few step-up fights this weekend, man. Jared Anderson, he got a step-up fight against Jared Forrest. My boy one time said he feel like it's gonna be like a 3rd round knockout, but I don't really see that shit though.
Yeah, I went with decision on that though.
Yeah, I won't be surprised, man. I don't remember what I picked right now. I might have took decision. But it's a step-up fight. If he go out there and beat the dude in 3-4 rounds, well, hell, it ain't really a step-up fight. But Jared Forrest, he done been in there with some good-ass fighters. He been in there with Jermaine Franklin. He been in there with that big-ass Chinese fighter with all that power, that southpaw. Zali Zhang or some shit like that, I think his name is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he done been in there with several fighters. He only been stopped one time, and that was against Gerald Washington. But this dude is very tough, man. He come to fight. And I think this is going to be a good-ass fight for Jared Anderson. It looked to me like they trying to get him some rounds. So if he go out there and get 7, 8, 9 rounds out this guy, I think that'll be a success. I can see a stoppage, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's kind of like 50-50 for me. Like it might be a stoppage or it might go the distance. But I definitely see Jared Anderson getting some rounds. That Keyshawn Davis fight is a step up too. That Juan Carlos Burgos, that's a tough motherfucking Mexican, man. He gonna give Keyshawn some good rounds.
Hey, shout out Ali Al Tapper Aziz. Welcome to the gym for the first time. I see you. Salute Joseph Brown, Eric Bailey, and social scientist. Social scientist, salute, bro.
What's happening, family?
What it do?
Chilling, bro. What's going down?
It's a holiday for you, huh? Hey, I want to ask you, did Terrence Crawford and them have a press conference?
I ain't seen it.
Damn, me neither. Me and D-Lo was just saying the same thing.
They gonna end up having to give me a refund or something.
Somebody said Somebody said they expected to fucking only do 10,000 buys, man.
Damn.
Who said that shit? Eddie Hearn said that shit,
Yep.
didn't
One of them promoters.
he? Hey, Duquesne, if you order that shit, man, drop your boy a link, man, so I can support.
Hell no.
Hey, it's
Nigga
boxing,
ain't finna be
man.
fucking up my link. Be like, you watching somewhere else. You can't. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Lee in the building, salute, bro. Hey, yeah, this
Salute
is
Winston
crazy.
Lee.
Crawford talking big time, and he ain't even doing the shit that need to sell the goddamn fight. No press conference, no face off.
I must admit, man, when I looked a little bit deeper into Abenesian, it made me respect the fight a little bit more. He got some pretty solid wins on his resume. He's been in the ring with some pretty decent fighters. Got a couple of upsets on his resume and shit. So it made me respect him a little bit more.
That
Lil
man
Rock,
on a
salute,
hot
man.
streak now too.
Oh shit!
How many knockouts he got in a row? About 4-5 knockouts?
I think he got like 6, if I ain't mistaken.
That man said that shit like I'm way off. I said 4-5. That man said 6. Like that nigga got 20.
But is it credible knockouts though? It's a credible opponent.
Yeah, he
Nah,
fighting
I
pretty
don't think.
solid guy. Well, not the knockout streak, but his overall resume. He got some solid guys up there.
Yeah, I was just talking about his knockout streak. Toby Barlett in the building, salute, fam.
Toby Barlett, what's up with it? What's going down?
Hey,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Sandra's saying that this what you think this is a I ain't gonna say a step up fight. It's gonna be he gonna make it a fight. Ebenezer.
But
Yeah,
that's the
man.
thing.
I think he coming to fight.
That's the thing about him. He real aggressive. Like he coming forward and trying to get up in there. He ain't the type of person that's gonna come and be bashful and try to pussyfoot around the ring. He the type of dude that's gonna get up in there and try to make something happen, which may play into Terrence Crawford's hands. You know what I'm saying? Because he can do a bunch of shit. He can fight on the inside. He can fight on the outside. So that might give Crawford a chance to go out there and box the motherfucker. But I do see Terrence Crawford probably stopping the dude late.
You think
You think?
who you think is better skill wise? Mean Machine or this guy here?
Mean Machine got over 300 amateur fights. He like an underrated type guy. Well, he stopped the Abenesian. Who is that breathing hard like Darth Vader? One of y'all niggas sound like y'all breathing like Darth Vader in this motherfucker.
I heard that shit too. It wasn't me, man.
Hey Louis, you got your shit right?
Ain't me. I got it on mute.
Louis, you got
Can
your
y'all
mic?
hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you now.
Alright.
Yeah, but I think Mean Machine probably the better fighter than Abenesian. I mean, he did stop the motherfucker in about 6 rounds, so that's a little bit of evidence.
Yeah. I was just trying to get a comparison. I ain't checked out Ebenezer. I probably seen him. It just don't stand out to me. You
He
don't
gonna
see
I'll
come
him.
jump
fight
in
back
on
though.
that real quick.
Go ahead.
Man, that nigga Bud ducking, bro. Like, how the fuck is this bullshit happening, bro? And then when a nigga say he being inconsistent with his statements, this is what I meant. How can you acknowledge the shit Mike Carpenter said when you were talking about Al Heyman tried to hold you to those words, but then say you agreed to everything that Mike Carpenter said you agreed to? But then say what Mike Carpenter said was some false shit, but then said that you agreed to it. Which one is it? I think he's trying to have his cake and eat it too. So I really don't even care about it. My own opinion.
I feel you, but shit, it's boxing, man. So I'm at least fairly interested in the shit. I mean, Crawford coming off a year-long layoff and shit, and he got an opponent that's gonna come and fight. So I'm interested to see how it's gonna go.
I'm in Brown in the building. Salute, Sid.
Salute to my Amazon Angel who's going down.
Xavier the boxing nerd just stepped in the building. Salute, bro. What's happening?
The man, the
Not
myth, the
much. How
legend.
you
What's up
doing?
with it? I ain't
I'm
know the
good. How are
motherfucker
you?
was on the panel. What's up?
I'm good. How you doing?
Shit, good as a government check. What's going down? What's on your mind?
Man, I haven't been able to do much boxing for a while because I got a job, so I haven't been around the corner.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So I can't really stay on very long because I have to get up. early.
All right.
We definitely can dig that. What you think about the Crawford and Evanesian fight? You think Evanesian gonna bring some?
I think it'll be a good fight, but I mean, I don't think he'll win. I don't think Avanesian has a chance really to win, but I think it'll be a good fight. Somewhat like Aegis, or whatever his name was. Like bring a good fight to Crawford, probably get knocked out.
I can
What's your
see it.
assessment on the no press conference? You think it's gonna do good? I was
I
saying
don't.
to people earlier, man, if this fight don't do good, it's gonna mess Bud up even more.
If it
And
doesn't do good, it's Crawford's fault for not fighting, because he's inactive, just like most fighters.
yeah, cause it's gonna mess him up even more at the negotiating table. If this fight do horrible,
Yeah.
do low buys and all that shit, then he really gonna be going back to the media complaining about the bullshit numbers or whatever the fuck he talking about. But it's his own doing.
I mean, everybody like both of them are inactive. Spence he's been fighting like once a year for the last 3 years or something.
Yeah, well, really, the car accident really put a hamper on his activity.
This
Either
my thing.
way, he could have been more active since his first fight back.
Yeah, it ain't just that car accident, man. You look at Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo had fought with one time a year
Yeah,
in the last 3 years.
yeah, they all really not active as they should be.
That's
This my
crazy,
thing.
man.
This my thing. The number's gonna be bad, but this is a test. This is a test for the Crawford fans. If y'all love this man the way y'all say y'all do, buy the fucking fight. A lot of let me say something. A lot of people say that they love Crawford, but I done personally bought every single pay-per-view this man has ever had. This will be my first time not buying that bitch because I'm trying to bum off the cane and get the link. But I ain't saying I love the motherfucker. I think he's a good fighter, but I ain't saying I'm just some big Crawford fan. It's a lot of people that be always crying, Bud this, Bud that. Buy the fucking pay-per-view. Because if they love him so much, why do his numbers be fucked up all the time?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nigga, buy the pay-per-view, nigga.
Yeah,
Fight the foot out.
it take more than just your fans buying a pay-per-view to make it big, though. You know what I'm saying? You got to capture other people too. You can have your consistent fans supporting, but if you ain't bringing in other people who just support the sport, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get it. And I think that's part of the problem is, you know what I'm saying? Especially this time, it's so much backlash about the whole deal, and people feeling some type of way about the Spence fight not happening. I think this one probably gonna do worse than all of them. You know what I'm saying? Because those who on the fence, they ain't messing with it. Those who ain't been messing with it, they ain't gonna mess with it. You know what I'm saying? And then some, a lot of the fans who claim they support him all the time, a lot of them they lying. I mean, I think that go for a lot of fighters. You know what I'm saying? Not just him. I think Wilder got some of that. Fury. You know what I'm saying? What's the dude named Tank? I think a lot of people got fans who be swearing they supporting these events, but ain't really supporting. Cause ain't none of these pay-per-view numbers just stellar. And I think, and this one thing I was gonna bring up, and I'm glad this kind of topic kind of came up a little bit. But I think people not buying pay-per-views, and these bad numbers that we've been hearing, I think these numbers are real. And I think the fact that if you look at the Tank card, the undercard, I think that's a reflection of these bad pay-per-view numbers. I think I think they starting to finally get the picture that people ain't just gonna buy anything just because you put one star on there and then put a crappy undercard on there.
This my thing though. This my thing. I'm gonna say one more thing and I'm gonna pass it. I ain't asking for too much, man. I'm really thinking in my mind, 50 or 60,000 is very successful for this type of event. On a new fucking streaming service and all that kind of stuff. People ain't having a lot of respect or knowledge about the opponent that he facing and all that. 50 or 60,000 buys, I think that's good. You mean to tell me that across this whole fucking nation, there ain't 50 or 60,000 people that'll buy this fight? And that's supposed to love Crawford so much?
I don't know, man.
He ain't got 50,000 diehard fans across the whole country that'll buy the fight.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Hey, especially when you got a bunch of other boxing. You got a bunch of other boxing on at the same time. I don't know.
Hey, go buy his last pay-per-view. The motherfucker's been doing horrible, man. And we been
And
buying
that
them.
was with Top Rank. That
Yeah.
was with Top Rank. So without Top Rank, I'm expecting that bitch to be less than a 90.
Bob
So
say out his own mouth he was losing money. That's
because
kind
he
of
was
bad.
buying them. Bob was probably buying most of his pay-per-views because I know these niggas ain't buying that shit. But the question I gotta ask D-Lo is, D-Lo, you said Charlo only fought once a year, and you said it's also with Arrow. What's the problem with that? What you think is the problem with that? The opponents ain't lining up, no
What
tune-up?
you asked me what's my problem with them fighting once a year,
No,
or
hell
why
no. What's the problem? No, hell no.
He saying
I,
why, why he got it.
why you asking me why do I think that that's the case?
No, I'm saying what? No, we all can visually see that Charlo ain't fought since he fought Castano, and Earl ain't fought since he fought who? Danny.
Oogas.
So Ugas, what would be the reason why? And I'm not saying you. I'm asking on the business side if you can elaborate a little bit. What would be the reason why we ain't seen that?
I mean, I think the same reason taking Ryan didn't happen this year. You know what I'm saying? I just think that the business wasn't right. So that's why we got all these dates that rolled out for 2023. But you didn't have nothing. I mean, the biggest fight on the whole ever since Wilder. I think if you take the Wilder fight out, the only I guess the biggest fight they putting on are the Fundora fights. And then you got Fundora might have been on the Wild undercard. I don't remember, but you got and then you got the what's the name fight, the fight that's happening December 17th. You know what I'm saying? And that's a far cry from a major big time fight. I like the fight. I like the fight better than some of these so-called big time fights. But as far as like prestige, that fight doesn't have the prestige of say Charlo versus Munguia or something like that.
Hey, D-Lo, and another thing too, that's what the presser for. The presser is to get, like a lot of the people that's probably not really Crawford fans but follow the sport, to get them interested in the fight, in the match,
Yeah,
like
I
that.
agree. That's one of the reasons I said I can't. I don't know about no. I mean, 50,000 don't seem like a lot, and it ain't a lot really. But then you also got the fact that people gonna struggle with trying to figure out how to make this app work. You know what I'm saying? And how to buy the fight. I mean, I downloaded the app months ago, but I hadn't signed up yet because I didn't want to start paying for an app that I wasn't gonna use until this fight.
Yeah.
So I got some point this week I got to go ahead and subscribe to the app and then rent the paper, buy the pay-per-view. But it's some people that's gonna say that's too many steps. I'm just gonna stream it. But then there's also gonna be people who say, Crawford, we already, especially when you like me and Trey talked about. The only suspense in this fight is Crawford's inactivity. That's like the only concern. So it's already a fight where people already know or really feel like you already know the outcome. So why are people gonna want to spend 50, 60, 70, 20, anything when then they got another card on the same week, same day? I mean, well, all you got to do is turn your TV to the channel and watch the fights. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna be probably more competitive fights. So I think that's playing against them too. But I mean, when you pay your marquee fighter $10 million, that don't leave a lot of money to do a whole lot of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like that's probably why we ain't seeing some of this stuff is that they trying to trim fat where they can. I mean, that's like I always say about Danny Garcia when he brag about he didn't take this fight or he didn't take that fight because I made more money than that fight Ryan Soccer. Well, I guess you did when Ryan Soccer didn't make $50,000. You know what I'm saying? So that I just look at it like that, man. I think they set themselves up for it to be a tall climb, but then I mean they ain't got no control over who else put fights on. But I just think all that's working against them. I wouldn't be surprised if the numbers come out and it's just like atrocious. But
If
I'm
that shit,
gonna do my part and buy it, but I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I had planned on doing a lot of talking about the fight and stuff, and I ain't been in the mood. And I ain't no damn promoter, man. I get tired of getting on here doing other people's jobs. You
yeah,
know
at
what I'm
least,
saying? Because
at
I
least
ain't, I ain't really gaining nothing.
I know
I
Trey
got
said
it doing. I got
50,000.
it doing 5 to 8,000 buys.
Hey,
Hey, that's under
80,
10. That's under 10.
Eddie Hearn
Why
said 10.
though?
Eddie Hearn said 10, but look, it got to do more than 50,000.
Why though?
It got to do at least 100,
He
150.
ain't gonna do
Hell
that.
no. Hell
It
no.
got well. That's
Nah,
considered
nobody
that's
buys
considered
it.
a failure. That's considered a failure then, because
Yeah, I hope it's a success, man. I'm gonna buy it. That's all I can do is I'm gonna buy it because I want to see the fight.
Hey, that mean whatever app that is gonna be losing money. That motherfucker
All I
Well,
gonna
know,
be.
I
I'm
think they
gonna
already
enjoy the
knew they
hell
were
out
gonna
this
lose money.
failure.
What you say, son? So
Said
son?
I'm gonna enjoy the hell out this failure. That's all I know.
Yeah. I'm not saying it ain't gonna be far as from a
Yeah,
boxing.
you should be enjoying the fight, not the numbers and the business, because all of
Right,
these pay-per-views
right.
need to fail. We need pay-per-view to fail so that it can mean something.
See,
No, no, we
that's
don't
not
need.
that's
Pay-per-view
not
No,
should,
true.
Xavier,
That's
and
I
not
then
true.
disagree with
people
you.
aren't going to
I
pay
Not true.
disagree.
$80.
This is
There's
how
a
they make
reason
their money.
why
This is
they're
how they
only
make their
100
money. If that
grand.
shit fails, they won't be making that money and they won't be fighting.
No, I say
Who
this
won't be
here.
making their money?
This is how they make their money. I'm talking about the fighters.
They're
Man,
already not fighting.
these fighters will fight without pay per view, man. It ain't about that. The fighters can get paid. The idea of pay per view is so that we're paying the fighters and not the people who's supposed to be paying the fighters paying them.
Yeah,
No,
but
I'm gonna say this right
if
here.
they ain't
Hold
getting no
on.
TV deals, D-Lo, no network deals, like
But they get all that without pay per view.
shit, but they're
There's
not.
a
That's not the
reason
money
why
they
these
looking
guys
for, though.
aren't
Is what I'm
known
saying.
by
They're
average
not looking to
people
go
in
backwards.
America.
All these people on top rank card finna get paid this weekend.
Man, fuck all that. My point of saying, Trey kind of said it earlier. For all these niggas talking about Spence doing them like a bitch and trying to, man, all you niggas need to show up on attendance. This y'all favorite boxer doing this bullshit. You got, like bro said, you got cats that's not even really fans of them like that supporting them. It's time for y'all to show y'all numbers. If y'all don't show y'all fucking numbers, we don't want to hear your fucking voice
And,
no more.
and Xavier, let me clarify why I said what I'm saying. It's not me watching the numbers. It's me still got some hope for the goddamn Spence and Crawford fight. If them numbers don't
No, I
look
wasn't
good,
saying you. I was saying the guy. He said he can't wait to see it fail. That's what
oh
I was saying with
yeah,
that. Watching. I wasn't talking about
I'm
you.
hoping it do good because if it
I
don't do
think you I
good,
think you misconstrue what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I don't give a goddamn whether it fail or successful. I'm finna enjoy the
Uh,
event. That's what I'm saying.
oh, okay. It sounded a little off. It
yeah,
sounded
this
like you
look.
were saying you want to watch
I'm
them
saying
get
I'm
bad
saying
fights.
I think it's gonna fail, but I'm finna enjoy it
No,
Hey,
regardless.
let me
you
say
no,
something real
Xavier.
quick, y'all.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Let's one person at a time talk so we don't be over talking each other like these mark ass bitch ass niggas on YouTube. Y'all know we got a good thing as far as letting people talk and finish their thoughts, man. So let's stand on that shit, man.
Thank you for the reminder.
But yeah, though, as far as that, it need to do good, man, for us to be able to see the fight we want to see. Because that shit gonna hurt that man in that negotiating. And already, his shit already fucking with him in the negotiating room. So, let alone if this shit don't do right, he really ain't gonna be accepting shit. That's why
I think
I'm
in this situation, it kind of has to do with Crawford having a big ego. Because if he didn't have a big ego, the fight could have happened already.
that's
Yeah, I don't know about none of that, man. It don't look like the fight could have happened because they ain't fight. Spence didn't even fight this year. I think the fight could have happened. It was going to happen next year. And I think it still can happen next year. I think regardless of how bad or how good Crawford's pay per view goes, if Spence wants to fight Crawford and Crawford want to fight Spence, they can make the fight happen. It's just you know what I'm saying. Either way it goes, somebody gonna have to concede something. There's never no such thing as a 50-50 fight. Somebody always gives up something they don't want. Whether it be glove size, walking out first, name first on the banner, whatever. Somebody always gives up something and that this fight ain't gonna be no different. They're gonna come to the table, and if they want to make the fight happen, like they both say they do, because ain't no point in them sticking around to me. If you know what I'm saying, if they ain't gonna fight each other, Spence might as well go on up to 54. Crawford ain't gonna fight Spence, and he ain't going up to 54. He might as well go on and check out. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it like I think that both of them still saying the right things as far as wanting to fight, but they only have a limited window to make the fight, and they can't hold up the whole division. So they're gonna have to come together and make it happen, or they gotta get out the way.
I'm gonna say Bud gonna have to get out the way because Xavier, you said you was speaking on about the money point. It's not the money point. I wanted to do good. I want Bud fans to come out and show who they is for. If you can say whatever you want, Earl numbers is higher. If you can't do more and now you independent without no structures, who can we blame? Can't blame Al Hammond. You're gonna blame Earl fans for not minding, but they ain't your fans. So he got less support. So it's time to come to the table realistic because as I'm looking at this shit, it seemed like Bud don't want to fight. He's telling lies. He's talking about he don't need this shit for legacy, and it seemed like by saying things like you were saying, it's like letting them off the hook. What's the point of you letting off a legacy fight that's probably gonna get you paid more than what you finna get paid here? Because ain't no way in hell you telling me these folks finna pay you 10 million to fight on the app that nobody finna buy that ain't gonna do 50,000. Come on, bro, we can't just be dumb. So what this shit really look like? We gotta hold him accountable. That's all I'm trying to sit here and say. And this man do 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. He can't come to no damn table asking for 50-50. And that ain't me being no businessman. It's just being realistic.
I hope he don't blame it on the people he's saying that he promote that's promoting this fight right now. Cause he say he is his own promoter, and I think by not having a press conference really is gonna fuck up because those where a lot of your numbers gonna come from. You're gonna have other people that wasn't interested in the fight being interested through these press conferences. I seen Charles D say Spence don't go out promoting fights either. Him and Bud just get in there and whip ass. Spence be having press conferences though, face offs and all that kind of shit.
Well, so does Crawford. It just ain't having one this time. I mean, I ain't seen no other Terrence Crawford fight that
But
didn't
no,
have a.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just. I mean, this is an anomaly. I mean, I mean, you're dealing with some people who just getting in the game. You know what I'm saying? So some things ain't gonna be like they should be. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's just kind of what it is. But when you decide to do business with an upstart, that's what you can expect. You know what I'm saying? And if it don't work out, you can't just throw them under the bus and say, well, they didn't have the business right. You
yeah,
know, you chose to do business with them, so you just got to take whatever consequences come with that.
yeah. That's what I was saying.
You
Like,
know, I
go
think no,
ahead.
I was just gonna say, and I think part of the problem, and I don't mean this as no slight at Crawford or any other fighter that's in the same situation because they should try to get as much money as they can, and especially if it comes to get guaranteed money, because that's the only thing that's for sure. But I just look at it like sometimes that's a gift and a curse, especially for the people putting up the money because what you know, what's the incentive if you guaranteed to get X amount of money and that money is probably gonna um gonna what's the word I was looking for, gonna be more than what the fight bring, you know what I'm saying, what you could potentially bring in. I ain't gonna say bring in period, but as far as like in pay-per-view revenue, then somebody has to be incentivized to get out and actually promote it. And I ain't seen no promotion, man. I mean, I don't. The most promotion I've seen is Crawford doing more interviews and stuff than I've ever seen him do since I've been watching him fight. But that ain't really promoting the fight, especially when every interview you do, all everybody asks you about is Errol Spence Jr. That's not gonna promote this fight. And so I don't see the promotion. I ain't really seen much in terms of banner, no commercials on even popping up on the internet. I mean, I seen very little that make you think that the fight was gonna still happen, let alone that it's gonna be a success. So I can't see it being very successful, man. That's just my take on it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying,
I
man.
mean, what I was saying about wanting it to fail, I just mean I don't want to see pay-per-view do well unless it's a real big fight, because having these kind of fights on pay-per-view makes boxing stay as a niche sport. It's never going to break out into the mainstream other than the every now and then a one big fighter like Floyd Mayweather. But other than him, like, pay-per-view, when you just have pay-per-view for any old fight, people aren't going to pay for that if they're not boxing fans. And even if they are, they don't a lot of the time. So I just want to see pay-per-view go away unless it really matters. Like, can you imagine how many more fans would watch if they had Crawford Spence on TV, just
Yeah,
on free TV,
this
Crawford
is what this
Spence.
is what all the boxers look forward to though. They want to be in these pay-per-view fights. They want to be in these.
Yeah, but you need to have a big fight to set up the real big fights.
Yeah, yeah,
You can't just hit the jackpot right away. You have to build up to that.
yeah. That's the problem, man. But if it don't do good, I know I get your point. But if it don't do good, it still fucks with the negotiations for the bigger fight that we have.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah,
And I think that, like I think that has more to do with Crawford having a big ego. Because
yeah,
if his ego wasn't as big, he would have taken the fight for
I mean,
whatever amount of money if he
I
was
mean,
making at
I
least a
never heard.
million.
It wasn't the amount that the problem though. The problem was the transparency. He accepted the was it 35,
Hey, so
65, whatever they
scientists,
had going
you know
on.
that's I can call BS on that, bro, because the Ali Act is calls for automatic transparency. The Ali Act automatically every fighter that gets in that ring sees what the fuck going on under the Ali Act. So he lying to people that don't know what the hell going on.
I
You know what I'm
mean,
saying? Every fighter
if you
that
say
seen,
that, I mean, I didn't see what he saw, so
go
none of
look at
us saw what
Ali.
he
Go
saw.
look at the Ali Act, and it explained to you. That's a big part of the
I
Ali
mean,
Act.
sure, the Ali I explained that to me, but that don't explain to me what Al told him. So I mean, we wasn't in them negotiations, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm not speaking from me being in a negotiation. I'm just speaking about what's
Man,
supposed.
what you mean about what Al? I really want what you mean by that?
He said he had a problem with what Al was telling him or wasn't showing him or whatever. Man, listen. He
The
said
man said he
they had a
accepted shit,
problem
right?
with the transparency. So
The man said he accepted, right?
yeah, he said he accepted the split.
Earl said he accepted. So why the fuck the fight ain't happen? He said he accepted a
He,
no guarantee as well.
And I will say this, sometimes since we saying what Bud said, let's say what Earl said. Earl's told him to show the contract because the contract does show that it's in there about the transparency part, and Bud never put that up. Bud never showed that
Right.
or answered to that.
you
But
expect to see it.
who gonna show a contract, man?
But hold on. I'm saying him answer to it. I'm saying he didn't put it up nor answer to it. So I ain't you
They
only
ain't
saying
going speaking on the contract talking about it ain't there.
yeah, he's speaking on it anyway. So why he ain't speaking on the part where the brother said that was in the contract already? Transparency was in the contract and it's written in plain black and white, and he never responded to that. That's I'm only speaking on since we saying what Bud said. Why we not saying what Spence said? Because Spence said that's a lie. And
I mean,
What I
they
heard
both got
Bud say, that's the reason for why he moved on was because they couldn't make the fight in 2022. They were gonna make it in 2023. Arrow didn't refute that. He said the same thing. They got him on tape. Somebody recorded him on tape talking to somebody saying the fight was gonna be in 2023. Bud said he told them that he wanted to fight in 2022, and then they came back with the revised contract that had 2023. He said he walked away. I mean, well, if there's validity to that or not, I mean, I believe the 2023 thing because nobody else fought in 2023, including Tank and Ryan that was supposed to happen in 2022. I meant 2022. So I mean, if that was the issue, then I understand you know you want to get a fight in the fiscal year. You have fought since November of 21. That makes sense. But at the same time, I feel like that transparency stuff go both ways. And I feel like he could have, I'm not saying he should have or that he had to, but I feel like the common decency, if you're really trying to do business and you want to come back to the table and complete that business at a later date, I think the transparency that should have been shown at that point should have been, hey, I got this other deal. Y'all ain't trying to fight in 2022. I'm gonna go ahead and take this fight. We come back to the table next year, and I feel like that would have been the right thing to do. And that's if it was me, I feel like that's what I would have done, or that's what I would like to have seen him do. But and even with that, the thing about it, I just feel like the person who is in trying to do the deal with you shouldn't find out at the same time as people like us. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't find out on a news feed or something. They should have been, I ain't gonna say should have, but I feel like the right thing to do would have been to let them know what was going on, so they're not, as Errol Smith Jr. said, blindsided by the whole thing.
yeah,
So that's really my biggest issue with the way it went down. Is I feel like the decent thing would have been to you know what I'm saying, to do it that way. But I'm not saying the man ain't decent. I'm just saying that what I would have done.
you basically said he should have been like, look, I want to fight this year. Me and you ain't gonna get in the ring this year. I'm gonna take this fight, and we can, come back to the table later on.
Right,
Instead,
because he
instead,
said
instead of
yes.
just going ghost, because he went ghost. Espinosa said he went ghost, and I think Spencer, one of them said he just stopped talking, and next thing you know, he came out with this news, the Avenese.
Yeah, and I think that was like one of them things where, like, well, I already told y'all what the situation is. You come back and you say 2023, and I already told y'all 22. Then I'm walking. But I mean, even then, you still is a way to do anything, and I just feel
No,
like
D-Lo, you can't say that because you just said he went to Abenesia because they told him he couldn't fight in 22.
I don't think I contradicted myself on anything. I mean, I think I'm saying I
You
just
just said
restated the same
the
thing,
reason Bud
huh?
stepped away from the stable with PBC because they told him they couldn't give him the fighting this year. It would be next year. So I think you said that.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So it can't be that. So you don't think him taking that fight pushed back the money?
Push back what money?
Now, Louis,
Don't you don't think Earl deserve a fight in between now?
hey, Louis, he was in negotiations with Spence and Avenesi the whole time. He was already in negotiations with
Well, I don't think he was in negotiating with Abenesian. I think he was talking to those people.
Prime. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
Prime.
I mean, from what he said, he was already here. They talked to him earlier. He told him his only focus was trying to make that fight. Whatever. Then when they told him it was going to be 2023, this dark period when he wasn't communicating, he went back to those people and said, "What can y'all do? They don't want to fight this year. They're gonna fight next year." And then this is what he said. This is what Blue Blood said. How true it is, I don't know. I went in negotiating. All I can do is like everybody else, go off hearsay. You know, um, it's just like to me, it's unfortunate for us fans because for me, from a fan standpoint, if they come back in November and say, "Hey, we ain't having a fight, but we got a signed contract. The fight gonna be February 18th." I don't know if that's a Saturday. I'm just throwing a date out there. I'm excited about it as a fan, and I'm okay with the fight being 4 months later. But at the same time, I'm not a fighter who hadn't fought in a whole year, hadn't brought any income in from fight checks, and want to get a fight in the fiscal year. Then I can, or in the calendar year rather. That's a different story. But I just feel like I said, my biggest issue with the thing is let these people know. You know what I'm saying? That hey, this is what I'm gonna do. They shouldn't hear it at the same time as people like us who ain't got nothing to do with the fight.
Yeah,
There's something about this that just reminds me of 2 years ago. I feel like I haven't heard anything new today, just all the same conversations with slightly different events. But this sounds exactly like the fight trying to be made in 2020.
yeah. The difference then, it was my side of the street talking. I'm gonna clean up my side of the street.
Hey, what's the
Yep.
brother name who just said he hadn't heard anything new? What's your name, dude?
Xavier, the boxer
Thank you, Xavier. Let's move on. Let's
name.
move on.
And it wasn't a bashing Crawford conversation though. I was making the conversation in hopes of the fight. You know what I'm saying? This shit makes it worse if the numbers don't add up and they go back to negotiations and they offering them less than what they started off offering them. That even makes it the chance of the fight happening way more. You know what I'm saying? Higher, not happening. I mean, higher.
Yeah, but I mean, realistically, man, I mean, if you want to fight, do you make it harder for the guy to accept the fight, or do you at least come back to it and say, okay, this is what we offered you? You know what I'm saying? And let's get it done. You ain't done nothing to make this go up, but we still willing to offer you the same thing. Or they may say, well, you walked away and we had to do some moving around. So, that 35 dropped
Yesterday's
down to
price
30.
ain't today's price.
35 dropped down to 30, whatever. I mean, that's up to them. They figure all that stuff out, you know what I'm saying? But I can see it both ways though. You know what I'm saying? Like you walked away from what was there. That don't mean we gonna bring that back to you. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you want to get the fight over the line, sometimes you might have to give somebody more than what you feel like they deserve. And that ain't nothing new in the sport of boxing. That happens all the time.
But let me pose this question to you because this is business, right? So you already was taking the chance on offering the motherfucker. I think Bud said it was 50-50 or the gave or some shit or whatever it was. Um 40-35. I mean, however 65-35, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? But that was just an estimated projection of what they think that the shit to do. Now when they get these numbers back from the motherfucker last fight, it's gonna make it significantly lower significantly lower, D-Lo. So that's my problem, like, because it's still business. Wishful thinking
No, I
ain't.
don't think one got anything to do with the other, to be honest. I look at it like what basically I look at it like this. If they I don't feel like if the contract that if it, from what we being told, you know what I'm saying, if that's true, Neither guy got a guarantee. They telling them, you know what I'm saying, you're going to get this percentage, you're going to get that percentage, you're going to get this percentage of this percentage of that. I don't see the risk. I don't see much risk for the people putting on the fight, TGB or PBC, whoever. I mean, your risk is when you give out a big guarantee. So there is no risk. You know what I'm saying? Because if you say if I tell you, Marlo, we're gonna put out a video and I know it's gonna do 1 million views, and I'm gonna give you 25% of it because I'm coming up with all the creativity and all that. I just want you to be on there with me, and I'm gonna take 75, and all I'm guaranteeing you is 75 or 25, and I'm getting 75. Well, if it don't do 1 million views and it only do 100,000 views, then I'm just giving you 25% of 100,000. I didn't risk nothing. I didn't guarantee you no money. I just guaranteed you a percentage. That percentage is on a sliding scale.
I thought you said you was guaranteeing me 25% of the million. And if that don't do a million, I still get my 25% of a million.
You get 25% of what it does. You're not getting 25% of a million.
Contract then.
Yeah, that's what. But I'm just saying. That's what I mean, and that's what they doing when they tell these guys no guarantee. No guarantee mean no guarantee. All we can do is give you a percentage. We can't guarantee that it's gonna be this or it's gonna do that. It's a guarantee. It's a percentage of what the fight does. Right. There's no that takes all the risk out of the hands of the people who put the event on. I mean, that thing have to completely flop.
Hey, so is it fair to say this is what Crawford asked you? So I'm gonna be Crawford and ask you this. Okay, since I'm taking the guarantee, can I see what y'all spending on the fight? Can I see what you guys are spending to put this event together? Like, is that fair?
With no guarantee. If my purse is, I think you said guarantee. I don't think you meant to say that.
No, if I said guarantee, that's not what I'm saying. I said if I take the guarantee split, like percentage split of whatever the fight projects, do I still get to ask what is it costing you guys to put this event together? Conferences, ring, wherever the event gonna be held. I want to know how much money y'all spending on putting this event together. Even though y'all guaranteeing me whatever the fight generates, I still want to know what's coming out y'all pocket.
Well, that's the only way.
Go ahead, D-Lo.
No, somebody else talking. Let him go ahead.
Well, go ahead, King Louis.
I was just saying, hell no, nigga don't deserve no motherfucking to look at the books once he asked for a guarantee. But the point a lot of people is missing, Earl came out and said he also ain't getting a guarantee. He said he accept the same terms.
Y'all don't think nothing wrong with that?
Well, what?
This man that got guarantees against all these other fighters, from Mikey to Sean to Danny to Ugas, and then he was arguably the most lucrative fight of his career, and all of a sudden he can't get a guarantee.
Well, that's
strange to me.
No, but this is the thing. They can't put a number on this fight to offer these dudes upfront guarantee money.
Something.
Right?
Hey, they don't know. They didn't know what the other fighters were gonna do either, Marlo. But they had guarantees.
But this is one of them. This fight ain't got the luster of a Danny Garcia versus Spence and none of that. This shit been built up for years. They saying this fight can do big numbers, but they don't want to put out a big ass percentage for both of these fighters, and it don't do what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? They thinking that it's gonna do.
So I mean, percent is a percent. It don't matter. It don't matter how big the fight is or isn't. The guarantee.
No, but look. So the best thing to do is what they doing. They really winning because they splitting the ticket, the pay-per-view sales. They splitting the concession. They splitting the tickets. They splitting everything. You know what I'm saying? They splitting everything that come into that fight is going down the middle. So if they make 100 million just on tickets, you know what I'm saying? They splitting that. That's 50 a piece or whatever.
They don't get 100% of anything. The network got to get their cut. There's a lot of people get a cut before the fighter get the split what's left.
That's why I was telling you.
That's where that transparency comes in at, is because
it's still more than what they gonna guarantee them.
But that's why
y'all do realize Floyd and Manny got guarantee, right?
D-Lo, that's why I'm trying to pose the question to you, brother. I'm saying, I asked you earlier, I understand this, but I asked you earlier, I said, if they telling them, okay, we're gonna let y'all have all that, the pay-per-view sales, all that, we just not gonna give y'all a guarantee upfront money, right? We're not gonna give y'all the upfront money. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna pay for the event, we're gonna pay for the press or whatever it takes to get this money, this fight going, We're gonna pay for all that. Only thing we're gonna do is get our money back from what we, you know what I mean? However, 10%, you know how that shit go. However, how much Al charging, however much whoever putting into this fight, they gonna get their money back off the top and
Hey,
let them split the rest.
you know what?
Can
I'll
I
be
speak
honest
to
with
that?
you. I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how these jokers get paid. I don't know how it's really split up and how this person makes their money off of boxing, how I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like Chinese arithmetic to me. You know, but I also don't understand how rappers make money today. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff I don't
But
understand when
look,
it comes to that type of stuff.
from little, I'm gonna explain this.
Can I speak to that, yo,
Can I
Marlo?
speak? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, that quote you saying that do you think Bud deserved to ask, well, what y'all spending money on and this and that? I think that's his way of making sure that okay, the expenses that they using to put on this fight, that can be an excuse that they using to not pay him what he owed. You see what I'm saying? So he want to see the books so that maybe he can veto some erroneous expenses that they may have on this contract. But if he don't see where they spending, where they supposedly spending money at, that's his thing that he keeps saying. He gonna look out for his boy Earl Spence. So I think he might be feeling like, well, they gonna make sure Spence get paid. They might tell me, oh, they had to spend money on all this extravagant shit that they really didn't spend money on. They just put that money in Spence's pocket and then give me my cut.
Ain't
So
that what
that's
Errol said on that phone call? And he was talking to whoever on the phone. He said that they told him that they gonna make sure he taken care of.
yeah.
So I mean, so that goes without saying, and they should. That's his fighter. He the house fighter. But my whole thing with the situation with the transparency is that that's not it. I don't even think that was a argument anymore. That I mean, according to Crawford, according to Spence, and according to Crawford, they conceded that they came back and said, all right, we gonna do that, but the fight was scheduled for 23, and that was the point where he walked away from it. So even apparently PBC or whoever, Tom Brown, whoever decided that he did need to see that, and they decided to let him have it, let him see that. That I don't know if that's gonna be an argument if they come back to the table. But I mean, as far as the negotiations that fell apart, according to both of the principal fighters, that they agreed to on the transparency. It just was they agreed on it in the 11th hour, and then they said the fight gonna be in 23, and the man said he wanted to fight in 22.
Hey, so
See, I
Sante,
didn't even
that's
know
what I
that.
was. That's the question. That's the answer I was trying to get. Because what I was saying was, regardless to the fact they when the books all that shit come out, transparency got to be there, right? Whatever the promoters spent on the fight, whatever they took up out of this shit, all that shit got to be on there. All that shit that's under the idea. You know what I'm saying? After the event is over, and then I was gonna also tell D'Lo about the back end. That's how the back end come. You know, the upfront money is what you get paid up front, whatever the 8,000, 5,000, 4,000.
Zero. They get paid zero up
I ain't
front.
talking about them. I'm talking about the
Okay.
fighter that you said that already had got paid upfront money before. I'm saying they got that already. That's coming out they whole out they purse. The promoter's gonna get that back plus 10 to 15% on top of that. And then whatever somebody gotta go on mute. Somebody beeping.
Somebody on the forklift, man.
Sound like it. And then look, after they get that done, whatever, then that's where the back end money comes. After all that shit get counted up and everything go where it go, then they get those checks. It go the same with the rappers. Like the rappers get a show up fee, right? They get however much the promoter told them they was gonna give them to show up, and then they also get back end money. That's after the show is done and over with, and they count the ticket sales and drinks, and they count all that extra revenue. Bam, then they get a percentage. The rappers get a percentage of that, and that's why you hear back end money. Same thing.
I understand all that. I just don't understand how it's broken up. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody can convince me that if you put on an event and you sell $20,000 worth of drinks, that the whole $20,000 worth of drinks is gonna be split between the two fighters. So that's what I'm saying. I don't really understand how all of that other. I don't know who all got their hand in it. I know all these other people ain't in boxing just to watch the fighter make money. And that's what I was saying. I don't really understand. I don't know that anybody really understands, because even when you hear these promoters talk about each other, and they talk about like when they was talking about the PBC fighters get back end money, they would throw little slide remarks at, yeah, they don't understand what that means, and they think that's like basically like that's basically some type of fraud. So I like that's my thing is I just don't understand what all like how it's split because I grew up thinking, what I'm saying, like when they say such and such is gonna do a 50-50 fight and the fight do 1 million buys, I used to think that the fighters split the whole revenue of the fight. I didn't even realize that the cable network takes like 50% off the top
Yeah.
and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if that's going on, then I know is other people got their hands in before it goes to the fighters too. So there's a lot to be looked at when you're talking about what all the fight brings in and how it's all split up and divided. And I mean, we know that Mike Tyson's supposedly paying thousands of dollars for towels and didn't know it. So that's why I said I don't really understand all that, and I don't want to try to pretend I do. And that's why I try to just leave that stuff like that to the people who actually know, because I don't want to be just talking
Yeah.
out of my behind about it.
That $1,000 towel shit, that shit is like, okay, when if a motherfucker you ain't got no money and a motherfucker paying for your flight to get to wherever the fight is at, a motherfucker paying for your room, they do that shit with like the big record labels do that same shit that what's the name was doing, that Don King was doing. They still do it to this day. I'm charging you more. Like they even want a piece of your merchandise. You know what I'm saying? But on the fight game, like I was saying, it's whatever is in the contract, D'Lo. It's like not really hard. If you was guaranteed this percentage of whatever came from the gate, you're gonna get that. But it's after everybody get their piece. Like say the network, whatever the network put up, they're not gonna just get if they put up 50 million, they're not just gonna get their 50 million. They're gonna want to make some kind of money off of it, right? You know what
Right.
I'm saying? That's the same thing with anybody else. That's what I'm trying to say. Like after they get they cut, they in whatever they get, whatever they the contract said they're getting 10% on top of their 50. They getting 5%. I don't know. I'm just throwing them numbers out there. They getting that up top. They getting theirs off top. They gonna get theirs whatever they was guaranteed. Whoever put up the money, whatever percentage they signed off for, that's what they gonna get. It's coming out that money off top. They gonna split the rest. You feel what I'm saying? After everybody get their shit, after Bob Arum and Al Heyman and HBO or Fox, whoever got their hand in it, after all them get their shit, whatever is left
The
is
arena, the arena.
the arena, all that. But the arena is part of the concessions, right? They get part of the ticket money too. They get part of the food money.
That's what I'm saying. You see, that's what my point is. You got a lot of hands in there, and it's like you gotta make sure everybody getting what they supposed to get and ain't getting more. Ain't nobody
That's
overcharging
in,
and stuff. That's a
that's
lot.
in the contract though, dude. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like whatever, if they generate 60 million, you know what I'm saying? Like ain't no telling how much the concessions gonna make, which is the alcohol, the food and all. Ain't no telling the tickets. Ain't no telling how much that's gonna make. Like let's say if it's 60,000 people seats, if 60,000 a head, you know what I mean? Let's count it. $500 a seat, $150 a seat. You can do the math on that. Let's say the pay per view, them motherfuckers $100 a piece. Let's say it do 1 million buys. Do the math on that. You feel what I'm saying? Like they still gonna get their cut, bro. Like I said, it's just that they gonna get theirs first, and then that's where the back end money come in. Once the networks and all of them take care, get they little issue and count up, tally up the whole lump sum, and they get theirs up out of there, then that's called the rest is back end. That's where you hear Earl Spence talk about the back end. The back end checks still coming in.
So
But
these two brothers supposed to be they gonna go out and fight, put on the biggest fight of the last 5 years or whatever, and then they gotta just sit around and wait and hope the money gonna be right later on.
and look,
Cause Floyd told Logan Paul it might be 2 or 3 years before he get his money.
I was gonna tell you about Floyd too. See, Floyd is different because Floyd was his own entity. Like Floyd didn't have no Bob Arum taking no motherfucking money out of his check. His check said Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying? It was one motherfucker in his shit, and he was getting paid by the network. Like he had a
He had a
300.
Showtime deal, yeah.
Yeah, he had a Showtime deal for what 6 fights for 300 million or some shit like that.
Yeah, he had a I forgot what it. He had some kind of guarantee.
Yeah,
It might have been 30 million or something guaranteed. So that his fight had to do enough to cover his guarantee, and then everybody make money after that.
yeah,
The guarantee is there to protect the fighter's interest.
yeah. He
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
don't get a percentage of that 300 if he don't do all 6 fights, basically. You know what I'm saying? But and then the fights, if he do all 6 fights and they don't generate what they expected to generate, he's still guaranteed this. You know what I mean? But and he's still getting back end money on top of that too, D-Lo, because he's still, like I said, he has own entity. He still get a percentage. I don't know if he's getting the whole 50%, but even if it's 10% of 100 million, it's still good. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's what I was saying. Speaking on that, like everything is transparent ever since the Ali Act. You're gonna see what the goddamn arena, what D-Lo was talking about. You're gonna see what they got paid. This is all gonna be in your back end receipts. You feel what I'm saying? All this is it gotta be there because it's under the Ali Act.
I,
Everything that somebody took out that purse, out that event that has something to do with that event, you're gonna get to see what they got. He gonna get to see what Al Heyman got about that motherfucker if he has got anything. He gonna get to see what Fox or Showtime or HBO got about that motherfucker. He gonna get to see that under the Ali Act. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna be able to sue if he feel like somebody got over on him. That's how come Bob Arum was so mad, kept saying he losing money. Because he gotta show Terrence Crawford where he losing. You know what I'm saying? How come he losing him? Where it's all coming from. It got to be like that now for Bob. That's why he's so frustrated. You know what I mean?
but Bob was so frustrated he was still trying to sign. Wanted the man to come back and fight, or still fight with him. You know what I'm saying? Bob started talking slick about that man when his contract started running out and he wouldn't re-up. So I don't know how much I believe about
I
Bob
think Bob,
losing all this money and all this stuff.
but
I
I
mean,
think Bob wanted a part of that fight.
yeah, but he wanted the Josh. He was trying to make the Josh Taylor fight too. So, even after the dude left, he still was talking about doing business with him until he filed that suit. So I don't know.
But
But
that's the only thing I was trying to say though is the transparency part. Like,
so let me ask you this though, man. All right, you keep saying the Ali Act and this, that, and other. You don't think that transparency was an issue? I mean, clearly it was if they had to come back and go back in the contract and fix that.
no, I don't think it was an issue. I don't think
So why did they have to go back? Why wouldn't it just automatic? Why did they have to like come back to the table and straighten that out?
they basically was saying this man don't know what the hell he talking about. That's what basically was said about Bud. Even Bob Arum came out and said the fight would have been made if he had a promoter because he don't understand obviously what the terms and the terms they using in negotiation because they basically telling him he gonna get full transparency and
Man,
he's
I ain't gonna just act like I think this man is just a dummy, man. I mean I know there's this perception that this dude just fight and he don't know nothing, but I mean the dude done been in some pretty decent situations as far as the contract. So
not that's not true.
somebody over there know what
That's
they
not
doing.
true. You know, he started off with a bad contract. You forgot. He started off with a
When he wasn't nobody, everybody starts off with a bad contract. You ever heard 8 Ball and MJG talk about their first contract?
but I'm saying he have though. He's an example. You saying everybody, you don't hear Danny Garcia or the Earls or the Mikey or none of them. Mikey had a bad
Yeah,
contract.
Mikey had a bad contract. You
And
remember Mikey
what
getting
he
put
do?
on the shelf for years?
Yeah, I was just gonna say what he do. He sat down for I think it was 3 to 4 years just so he can come back as his own promoter because Bob didn't want to let him about his contract. But it ain't that many fighters that's going through what Crawford, the contracts that Crawford and Mikey had. Bob bought the bad contract from whoever the first contract was from. He bought that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Boo Boo is another fighter that I can think of that had a bad contract too. But look at all the fighters.
It ain't that uncommon in the sport of boxing, man. It happens more often than people realize. They just don't get talked about that much.
Okay, why all the people that we talking about? Wilder, he set for life. The way he's saying it, he's saying
Well, I mean, you talking about one of the biggest stars in today's sport, man. Those guys are the outliers.
Earl
The
Spence.
majority of the fighters aren't on Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford and Wilder and Fury and
What
AJ
about
and
Danny
those
Garcia?
guys. I
What
mean,
about
Danny's a big star too. Danny was a star before them guys were.
and PBC made this happen? What
I mean,
about
I don't care who made it happen. I'm just saying the dude. I mean, you're talking about stars though.
what about Keith Thurman?
You talking about a star.
What about what's the old boy name that retired already? He married to that white girl. He into church and shit. He was with PBC. Al had made him sit down and shit. And man, what's the fuck this dude name? He a brother, man.
I don't know.
Anyway, this brother set for life. I'm just going by all the fighters that you know what I'm saying that's set for life. That's not really even worried about fighting another
I
day.
mean, I wish they all were like that, man. I mean, I wish everybody that got in the ring and had any measure of success, didn't have to go work a regular job or any of that stuff when they retired from the sport. But more fighters than not, for every Terrence Crawford, you got 100 guys that like Lonnie B.
Like Boo Andre.
No, I mean Andre. I mean, you talk about a guy that's had I mean, Andre, for if he did bad business, I mean he did all right with the deal with Matchroom. I mean, I don't think he's in a situation where if he wasn't boxing, he'd be working at 7-Eleven.
Nah, before that he was with some other company.
Yeah, he was with those Puello or whatever his name were. Those brothers. I forgot what the name was. Yeah, he had to buy himself out of that contract so he can go sign with HBO.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, we questioning a motherfucker who been helping fighters, man. I mean, Floyd is a prime example. Also, Floyd set for life. We question a motherfucker who got a track record of doing nothing but good for fighters, and trying to give the next motherfucker a benefit of the doubt by trying to.
No, man, ain't nobody above reproaching the sport of boxing, man. Al Heyman done some bad business too. Everybody, all of them have. It ain't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like anybody that's in any type of business like boxing, the kind of business it is. I mean, you're gonna have some good deals, you're gonna have some bad deals. Some fighters gonna love you, some fighters gonna feel like you're the worst thing ever happened to them. That's par for the course.
Everybody got to do their job. The more you win, the more better fights you win. It helps the fighter, not the. You know what I'm saying? It makes the negotiation way more easy, make things go smoother. But when you're taking L's and the motherfucker trying to promote you, it makes it a little more difficult.
Yeah, but I mean, it all depends. I mean, you look at Berto. Berto took several L's, and Berto seemed to be doing pretty good.
But you know, Floyd blessed that boy.
So it's always an exception to the rule.
Yeah, Floyd blessed him. That's why everybody.
Even without the Floyd fight, I mean, Berto was doing his thing. He was consistently fighting. You know what I'm saying? He was, the purses they were reporting were decent purses. So I wouldn't even put Berto in one of those. I think Berto is probably, even without the Floyd fight, probably was in better shape than 90% of the people in boxing.
But that was a signature. I would just say as far as a signature fight, and it was a hell of a payday.
Oh yeah, that was a blessing.
You could have rolled out in the sunset with that one right there. But that's all I'm saying, man. I ain't questioning the motherfucker who been doing good business. Because, like I said, transparency is all through there, especially if you're your own promoter. These people got to give you the ins and outs of what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Hey, Marlo. Mm-hmm. I ain't trying to tell you how to run the show, man, but I just realized I don't think you don't read the chat for a while.
Oh shit! Good looking. We just running our mouth, man.
Yeah, sorry about that, man.
It's just boxing, fam. I'm gonna start from somewhere. Everybody talking to everybody right here. Where MC go? He was up in here.
Y'all done ran Xavier off.
He said he had trouble with his phone.
Oh no, Xavier said he got work in the morning. He wasn't gonna be on anyway.
Who was on the forklift?
I think that was MC.
That was Louis.
No, that was MC.
Oh.
Hypey said, "Damn." He said it's gonna turn into another Spence Crawford politic free smoke string. No, it ain't. Any thoughts on the Strata versus Donaire? Yeah, I was about to talk about that shit. But MZ
hey, don't mind that motherfucker Hype. He always want to bring up the little bitty fighters because that make him feel like some kind of super boxing fan and shit. Like the Chocolatito and Strata fight, that shit was cool. Them motherfuckers ain't even got no power. All that shit, I can't relate to that. I enjoyed the fight, but I like power in the fight. These motherfuckers went 12 rounds, and after the fight, they look like they ain't even hit each other. Fuck out.
Look like they just took the headgear off them.
MZ say Buzz a liar. Let's stop acting like he's not. Joseph Brown said, Louis, your sound is bad. He got it together. MZ said the truth shall set you free. Derek Bailey said facts, Louis. It's just boxing saying salute Marlo Treyeg, salute to the Kona, salute fam. Gil said Buzz scared to bet on himself. Derek Bailey laughing. Gil also said Bud want to make sure he can get a new motor for that 88 Monte Carlo SS he got. That motherfucker hard though. Everybody talking this shit. The boxer's mind. Salute, fam. Welcome to the gym. It's your first time. He said Treyx, it sound like He said it sounded like Showtime is paying Crawford and Spence like promoters instead of fighters.
Hey, I ain't gonna even lie, I ain't even know what that shit meant.
He probably got our names mixed up, man. But you talked to him already in there.
Yeah.
This shit jumped on me, y'all. Give me a second. Joseph Brown said, I'm done with Spence versus Bud fantasy fight. He said, they ain't fighting, it's over. It's over with. Yeah, I hope it's not over with. I really want to see that fight, man. That's a fight that we need, you know what I'm saying, as boxing fans.
So let me ask you this. Since we do all want to see the fight, is there an incentive for the non-Crawford diehards to buy the fight and support this shit? And hopefully, if he do some good numbers, that'll give us a better chance of getting the fight.
Shit. The incentive would be that we would get the fight if the motherfuckers buy the fight. Which I don't think, you know what I'm saying, they are really that Crawford fans, man. That many. That nigga, because he wouldn't even.
If I listen to what you said earlier, you said that if it's a success, it's a better chance that we'll get the fight.
Yeah.
So is there an incentive for us all to support the fight, whether you like Crawford or not? Because if it's a success, we got a better chance of seeing the fight.
Hey, everybody don't want to see the fight that say they want to see it though. That's one reality.
I really
that ain't what he asked. That ain't what he asked.
I really don't.
Yes, it is a incentive. It's an incentive.
It is because but if we do buy it and them motherfuckers don't buy it, it just be what we expected, what we projecting, right? That's the thing. Like we've been buying.
Hey, how much is it? How much is it?
I ain't even look, bro. They ain't promoting it. That's what we was talking about earlier. They ain't.
Hey, half people don't even know how to know what where to download. That is an app. I've been hearing
It's
people because even
$40.
Because Blue Blood was telling everybody to go to blkprime.com or something, but it's actually an app. I mean, you can download it on Roku.
Yeah.
And he was like the main one promoting. I mean, if you want to call that the promotion, that's been the main promotion. I mean, Blue Blood talking about it been more. That been going on more than anything else. I ain't seen nothing like on no commercials on TV, no nothing.
I'll buy it. I want to see the Bud fans buy it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like we've been buying it, and then we come out to hear that the motherfucking his pay-per-view buys and shit. But there's a lot of people talking real greasy.
Man, spend your money where you want to spend your money, man. You know, don't feel obligated about a fight you don't want to support. I mean, I don't.
No, Trey just said it. Hey, mute yourself real quick. Yeah, Trey just said it. Is it an incentive for us Spence fans that want to see him fight Crawford to buy his pay-per-view, even though we know his bullshit ass fans won't? Yes, it is. Because we want to see the fight. Because if you don't do shit, it'll be more fucking reason for the PBC or whatever to come in and be more disrespectful to Crawford. So it is a incentive for us to show, like, man, just make this goddamn fight. We gonna buy it. We gotta show that we gonna buy it.
Yeah,
his fans ain't doing it. We gotta do it.
Asking Spence fans to buy that fight be it'd be like asking them to commit suicide and stuff.
Yeah,
especially
they got in the groups on Facebook, man. You got people got things vote to boycott the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that serious.
That's weird, man.
They try to get a certain number of people to say they gonna vote. You know what I'm saying? They got little polls. Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm not boxing fans.
See, that's what I was getting to, D-Lo. It's gonna be hard to even convince them. As much back and forth going on, the shit talking going on. Ain't nobody gonna want to see Crawford succeed. And he ain't talking just because of Crawford. I'm talking about, from the boxing fans.
Hey, I told y'all before, man. I think that been going on. To be honest, I think on both sides. I think you got people who I ain't gonna support his fight because I don't want him to be the A side and all kind of stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, if you really support the sport and these supposed to be the top guys and you want to see that fight, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Especially when like when they fighting meaningful fights, you got Spence fighting Ugas in a unification. You got Crawford fighting a former champion in Porter, a guy that a lot of Spence fans said they wanted to see him fight. Like, go support this fight. You know what I mean? Click the button and buy the fight. But, people, I think people feel too they too attached to these fighters, man. Where they can't they don't feel like they can support the other guy, cause like they betraying the other dude or something. It's crazy.
Derek Betty said he agreed with Joseph Brown about he done with that shit. MD said I didn't hear that part. He said his phone tripping. Raymond Knight, salute fam. He said Keith is a good fight too. Yeah, Keith is a good fight. MD said they wouldn't have to do this if one of them wasn't full of it and ain't going to say who. Gil Cole said, "Don't disrespect the Southside legends." 8 Ball and MJG with that Bud Duck. Talking about D-Lo.
Man, we weren't even talking about Duck. We were talking about contracts, and I mean that was the comparison. It wasn't nothing like that, but that was funny though. That was funny.
MZ say, to be honest, Bud not a star like the rest of them names. Oh yeah, work. No, we know we were just saying at that time because he was making a point and we couldn't hear over the beat. But you could have came off mute and got your point off whenever you was ready. MD said that was my truck. I was backing up. Oh, he was parking. I mean, MD said I'm gonna get it so Trey X can call it. Winston Lee said I saw the fight on Groupon. For real? The boxer's mind said Marlo Blueblood said that BLK Prime partnered up with who? With Comcast, and that fans can buy the fight on television too. Oh, is that right?
And they still ain't advertising.
Yeah, I was just saying about the advertisement. If they partnered up with Comcast, I ain't seen this shit on TV yet.
And
Hey,
no presser.
how you buy a fight on Comcast?
Well, you got to look it up. You can type in under the search. You can put Crawford name in.
On demand,
Yeah, it'll come up.
just like a wilder fight.
Yeah, it used to be like on the low channel, like 0, 0, 0, 1 or something like that. When I had Comcast, I got Spectrum now.
Yeah, I got Spectrum.
Yeah, that's what I got.
For a
But
couple
Same
more weeks,
shit.
and football season over, we don't cancel it.
hey, I was saying like that. Just even the presser though, Trey. Like say all of us here by the motherfucker. Just being honest. That shit ain't gonna help because that presser helps the fight more than anything. That's the build up, the shit talking, all them highlights they be showing and all that shit. They get motherfuckers that's not fans of Crawford or Avenesian interested in the fight. The drama that lead up to it and all that. They ain't even
You
got
think they
that.
ain't got them? You think they ain't got the money for the presser?
Man, shit, that's promotion. They need to have that money. That money should have
I'm
been
saying,
for.
you don't think they ain't got it? You think they they
They
just
got
heels
enough.
over heels?
They
I
got
just,
enough. They got enough to pay a motherfucker $8 million up front.
I just think it's just inexperience, man. I don't, but you would think that they would have been in touch with people, the right people, and they're like, okay, this is what you got to do to make your event successful. So it blows my mind that they had a press conference. I mean, you can't. There's no way to rationalize that.
Hey, I
Hey,
was
well,
gonna say,
hold on.
that's like a drug dealer buying drugs and don't know how to chop it up and sell it. You
Yeah,
feel what
but
I'm saying?
it kind of makes sense to me though because this is like an upstart company, right? They ain't got no experience doing this shit. They might not understand that one of the main selling points when it comes to a fight is the face off. Like that's a big thing when it comes to promoting a fight. We ain't even got a face off, so they just might be green and some rookies, and they don't know what the fuck they doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That
because
shit is
Tank
crazy.
done had a face off today.
that'd be crazy, y'all. That motherfucker investing all this money and don't know what the fuck they doing. That got to be the
But
dumbest shit.
Let me ask you this,
but
man.
it's not as if they don't have stuff to look at. It's not as if other companies ain't put on events. I mean, all you got to do is look at the blueprints that have already been laid.
Man, you can type in fucking anybody's name and press conference. You can watch the video on how they get down. God
Bro, they
damn.
got Terrence Crawford. Why Terrence ain't telling them this shit?
And then look, you got Terrence Crawford talking about everything under the sun except this fight that's gonna happen this weekend. I ain't heard the nigga say nothing about hey go buy the fight me versus Avenesi and none of that in none of these interviews. If y'all have, let me know.
Hey, watch. Hey, they done told him he getting X amount of dollars regardless of what the fight do. So that probably didn't incentivize him to be out here pumping the fight up. But like I said, man, every time he get interviewed, the people that interviewing him don't want to talk about the fight. They want to talk about Spence. That's all they want to talk about is the Spence fight that ain't happening right now, if ever.
It
Um,
seems like to me, like Crawford not really a salesman. He done always had somebody to take care of this shit for him, and this is his first time not having that. To me, it seemed like as long as he getting paid what he feel like he should get paid, he don't give a fuck if he sell one pay-per-view.
Right. Yep. I can agree with
He
that because
already got half the bread, he said.
that's what it
Yeah.
looked like to me. It looked like he don't give a shit. That's why he's doing more defending this Spence fight not happening than promoting the fight.
The man finna run off on the plug twice on this nigga on BKL Prime, whatever the fuck they call. He finna run off on the plug.
Gil Cole said, I'll buy a Bud fight though. He said, maybe have a fight party. Joseph Brown said, breaking news: Blue Blood can't even tell. He said Blue Blood can't even tell fans how to buy the fight on an app that he's supposed to be a part of.
And see, that's what I was saying. He was talking about a website, which I'm sure there is, but most people got app that's gonna watch it. They rather just download the app on their phone or TV or whatever, Fire Stick, Roku.
MZ said he talked about the fight once. Y'all see, appreciate that super chat, fam. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate that, my nigga.
MZ say facts, X. Derek Bailey said facts, Trey. I'm caught up, y'all. Hey, I didn't go all the way far back, y'all, in what's the name? My bad. We was too far behind.
Hey, did y'all see what that undercard gonna be looking like on that Tank Davis fight? Have any of y'all seen that yet?
No,
I
I got that shit on watch later.
It look like it's deep.
It's deep, man. That's what I was saying. That I think the bad pay-per-view numbers over the last year or so, I think they don't realize that people just ain't gonna just buy just because.
Well, hold on. What about this though, D-Lo? Because Marlo been talking about like if one side does real good on the pay-per-view, that kind of influences the negotiation. So maybe they trying to stack the deck so they can have the most successful pay-per-view as possible. So when they negotiate with Ryan Garcia, they'll come with more power.
That fight's pretty much already done.
They both got to win though.
Yeah, they got to win. But I think it's pretty much they already don't agree to what what everything is. I don't even think that's really the issue. I think, well, for one, you got all these fighters got to get active, so it makes sense to be. We should always get stacked cards, especially from PBC. But all these fighters they got.
No, but Trey Point, he already the side tank in that fight. He already it's already negotiated. Even Ryan Garcia was saying he wasn't even tripping about that.
Yeah, right. He basically he came out and said that he had to concede some things or whatever, but whatever he want to fight.
He said he wanted to fight that bad. He even told De La Hoya, "You doing too much." That you know what I mean? He ain't even been on the pay per view. Like he gave Tank his prop for it in A side. I'm basically speaking towards motherfuckers who um acting ignorant to the negotiation spot, talking about what they worth because of what they past accomplishment. But with those past accomplishments come numbers, right? Like if you did a pay per view and you set yourself up there as a pay per view fighter, and you trying to go to the negotiations and your shit ain't doing over a certain amount, let's just say 100,000 buys, and you got another motherfucker that's doing 250,000 buys, your percentage is not going to be 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Because they projected what you bringing to the table and what he bringing to the table, and they saying that this person is gonna bring more asses to the seats than the other. That's why you got the Sean Porter can't sell out a TV dinner shit. You got all these motherfuckers be talking this shit, but that's because that transparency, they understanding what's going on. Because they gotta tell them. Al gotta tell them what's going on in negotiation. That's how you hear Mayweather say the same shit. You hear now you got Canelo. Canelo's A side no matter who the fuck he fighting boxing. He's the biggest shit in boxing. That's why you got these catchweights, right? He can fight you. He won't fight you unless you do what the fuck he say. I want the ring this size. I want you to have this size gloves. I'll have this size gloves. I don't want you to come in the ring over a certain amount of pounds. If you come in over a certain amount of pounds, each pound is $1 million.
Now,
Can I ask you a question?
damn, Marlo. I hope he don't be glove handicapping nobody when they had to wear one size and he wear another. Now,
I'm just saying, D-Lo. You know I'm not. I
I
ain't.
know it just sounded funny when you said it. Okay, I
But that's
wouldn't
the same thing to me.
I wouldn't put it past. I wouldn't put it past him to do something like that. That's why it
Yeah,
was
me
funny.
neither. If you weight train a motherfucker, right, you would do some glove shit too.
Hey, I'm gonna wear these. I'm gonna wear these 8-ounce gloves. You put on a 12.
Right. handicapping this motherfucker, but you only can do that when you the A side. You know this.
So Marlo, let me ask you a question. So you saying Ryan Garcia conceded the A side of Tank Davis? That fight gonna happen if they win next, right?
No, according to Oscar De La Hoya, it wouldn't happen if Ryan Garcia didn't say in public on Instagram or whatever he said it on that he don't give a fuck about the numbers and shit. Because De La Hoya jumped in on Instagram. It was like they think the motherfucker crazy. He tried to accuse Al of getting over all kind of shit.
So who you think can win this fight?
I don't know, man. I'm going with Tank, but I think it's a good ass fight. I think
You don't.
Garcia
I
got
think Ryan can
more
beat
holes.
him. Ryan can beat him.
I don't know. I don't know. I think Ryan got the more holes in his game. I think Tank
He do.
got more tools and shit in his arsenal than Ryan. We done seen Ryan get touched. You know what I'm saying? We done seen him down. I ain't saying we seen him down and out, but we done seen him
What
down.
Tank just come out? What Tank just
Hey,
come out and say about
post
Ryan
Ryan
appearance?
Campbell on your pedigree, Trey. I said Ryan Campbell. Luke Campbell on your pedigree scale. He must be busy.
Yeah, Luke Campbell a gold medalist though.
Yeah, he'll go.
So he probably got him at least probably 4.5 or 5.
No.
I don't know because he said he go by what's that championship? He said D-Lo he go by.
AIBA.
Yeah, I don't know if Luke Campbell been in a few of those. The boxer's mind said, Marlo, if the fight is not successful, it said the blame will not be on BLK Prime because Crawford said in the promo that BLK Prime is allowing the fighter to be the promoter. Oh, see, okay. See, now that's even solidified what I was saying. He can't even blame it. He definitely can't blame it on him now. But I was saying that in general. He was saying that in his interviews that he is his own promoter and now and all this shit. So if it don't be successful, you got to give him the blame. You got to. But that's on him, man. I hope it do. Alma Brown saying thanks to Yasir. Yasir talking to Alma Brown, caught up in the chat. Trey, you there? But I was gonna say, I think Tank is more sharper and dangerous than Luke Campbell. What y'all think about it?
I got a question for you. Got a question for you. I'll let you get it after this, D-Lo. The question is because I agree with a lot of things you say. Ryan got holes in this game, but Tank acknowledged that Ryan's getting bigger. You can say it's PEDs, whatever, but he's getting bigger. Do you think Ryan gonna go in there and cause like the holes in Tank game, you just get in there and now physical him because he's smaller. He's small. You don't think Ryan? I never seen him do it either. Do you think Ryan can go in there and now physical Tank?
I'm pretty sure they're gonna be testing and all that shit, right? But I ain't even gonna go there about the PD because I'll be accusing the motherfucker. But let's just say if he is on here, what will he be trying to work on? He already strong. He really just gonna try to manhandle Tank around on the inside and Tank because Tank is dangerous on the inside. But he ain't gonna blow up past no 147. He still got to come in fight night. You know what I'm saying? At the 135, I think this fight gonna be at 135. Am I right?
I ain't 136.
Or 136 or something. He still got to come in at that weight. So it might hurt him more than, you know what I'm saying, than we think if he putting on that much muscle.
Yeah, I mean most people think Ryan's best chance is to fight from the outside. You know what I'm saying? Not to get in there and try to muscle Tank and this, that, and the other. But I mean, I think him trying to get in the inside probably give Tank better chances to land something. Land a hard shot inside and put him down. But who knows? I mean, maybe he putting on the size to better thinking it'll help him better absorb the shots. I don't know.
He, he,
I
said,
would,
Luke Campbell is an Olympic gold medalist. He said, but he won in his own home country, so it's hard to grade him. He said a raw grade is around a 5 though. So he was right.
Who said that?
Trey.
Trey.
Oh, he talking in chat. Okay.
Yeah, he stepped away for a minute. He said, Joseph Brown said, yeah, would have to blame Crawford because he spent more time talking about Spence than his December 10th fight. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. If it don't do well, who would you blame, Dilo?
Hey, I mean, I already said, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing. Like he can't blame them because he knew they were, what they are. That they were novice and new to the game. So, I mean, regardless of if they did everything wrong, he chose to go to them. I mean, that's like one of us getting involved with a hoe and complain about her being a hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
I'm gonna say this right here. I want to go back a little bit. I think Ryan Garcia, like you say, when people say that D'Lo say the best, for people to say the best thing for Ryan Garcia to do to beat Ryan from the outside, I disagree with that. I think you're giving Tank too much range when you try to fight with that space, because he gonna find one of them haymakers when he swing that bitch over right, hook, whatever. I think your best thing is to try to smother Tank punches like the boy at 140 Barrios. Leo did it at 135. The best thing for you to do is try to smother him. And I think with Ryan Dimensions, the only thing I question is his heart. Just like I question on Caleb Plant's gas tank, I question Ryan's heart. If Ryan got a fucking heart somewhere down there, because he talk a lot of good shit, I ain't gonna lie to you. If he got any type of heart, he can knock Tank the fuck out, bro. Straight up. He can
Hey,
smother him and make him look like he's
he
bad, but
can't, he
I
can't,
question his heart.
he can't do that because that's not his style of fight. That take away his best attribute, which is lead punches, like the lead left hook, whether it's to the body or to the head. That's his best punch. So he ain't really gonna have no success if he smother Tank. That'll like be the benefit of Tank if he try to come in the inside. Tank's shorter.
Man, Tank ain't knock niggas out. Like, in them fights, when fighters fight that type of fight to him, he's losing. And I feel like Ryan might have that enough to just to keep him back more than Barrios, more than Leo Santa Cruz. He's gonna have more than them if he's gonna have more heart. And if I feel like Leo Santa Cruz came in there and fought that type of fight, I think if this boy really take this fight, he sees something. He sees
That,
something. I'm
yeah,
telling
Yeah,
Dilo.
about 1 million more followers on Instagram.
Hey, Trey said both Ryan and Tank are 335. Their background are identical. He said Tank is 206 and 15. Ryan is 215 and 15. He said both multiple time national champs. Same background, same history. How you say Ryan got like 14 national championship wins? Gotta respect that.
I'm telling you, it's something in that boy that making me say, bro, it might be some bullshit in this, man. He might be really bad, bro. But it's like I see the bullshit of him pulling back, retiring for a minute for mental health, and it make you question him. But if the boy got grit, the boy got all the attributes to even go against Devin Haney. If Devin Haney ain't got the pop, I feel like he got all the attributes to go in between with him. So
I think you got more faith in Ryan that he done showed in itself thus far. I'm glad.
that might,
I'm glad
that
he's
might be his way.
I'm glad he's stepping up to this fight. Now, and I mean, it seemed like this the one he wanted, and maybe this is why he turned away some of these other fights because he wanted to make sure he got this one. So, I mean, I look at it like I respect the fact that it's almost pretty much now it's almost a done deal. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't trying to find a way out of it. So apparently he was serious about making the fight. So I hope he win his fight he got coming up next month. I hope Tank win his fight, and then hopefully they'll have a fight and we'll be entertained.
Hey, I'm with King Louis. I see some danger in the fight for both fighters. Like I just said in the
Oh,
chat,
it is. Yeah.
yeah, they both basically 3.5s on the pedigree scale. Both of them got around 230 amateur fights. Both of them got power like a motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you something. Tank Davis is gonna have to show us something that he ain't showed us in other fights. He cannot fight this man the way he fought Barrios. He cannot fight this man the way he fought Leo Santa Cruz. He is not walking through these punches. You out your mind if you think he gonna walk through that left hook from Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? So I think they both are danger to each other, and it's reflected in the odds. The shit opened at damn near a pick 'em. They had Tank Davis as a slight favorite at minus 145 when this shit first opened. So it's some respect going both ways right here. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think that they can beat each other.
What do you think the best fight for Ryan to fight? Outside or try to smother Tank inside?
I mean, step into a shorter guy like all night. I think he got to mix it up. Like I don't think he need to give up his height and step straight to a short guy, because that's what a short guy want to fight. He the shorter guy. He got the shorter reach and shit like that. He want to be close to you. You know what I'm saying? So I think he got to mix it up. He just can't show him one look. Sometimes you step to the motherfucking back, line up. I'm always talking about that. You don't want the lion just to straight hunt you down all night, because that's gonna make him feel like a lion. But at the same time, you got to switch it up, take a step back, put an angle on the motherfucker, let him walk into some shots. One of Ryan Garcia's best punches that counter left hook. So if he stepping too Tank, it's gonna be hard for him to land that punch. But if he take a step back and let Tank come to him, he can hit him with that check hook, and I think he can hurt Tank with it. So I think it needs to be a mixture of the two.
Yeah.
Hey, the pro Trey X said it better than I can say it. Like I feel like if he had a success inside, and like you say, if he can be able to do the things on that, Tank gonna have problems, bro. Straight up. It's gonna be a good ass fight.
Well, and the other thing is, man, just being honest, Tank over the last, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even going back to the Gamboa fight, Tank done had some shaky moments, and each of his last fight.
Chair, salute, bro. What's happening? My bad, D-Lo. I just had to speak. He was right there for a minute.
Okay, yeah. No, I was just saying that Tank done had some shaky moments, and I know it's boxing. You know what I'm saying? The other guy got two hands and feet, and all this stuff too. Guy, got a brain on his shoulders or whatever. So but with that said though, you look at the Gamboa fight, that wasn't a flawless performance for Tank. You know what I'm saying? He had some shaky moments. You look at the Leo fight, a lot of people felt like Tank was losing that fight. For the majority of that fight, getting outboxed. And in the Barrios fight, you know what I'm saying? He did it was like he came on the second half of the fight, but Barrios had some good moments in there. Same thing with old Hardhead. What's his name? Cruz, Pitbull Cruz. You know what I'm saying? I know Tank had a problem with his hand, but that dude was get some good work in too. And then of course the the Rolly fight. Rolly had more success than a lot of people thought he would have against Tank. So you know what I'm saying? It ain't inconceivable that if all those people can have success, that Ryan Garcia ain't gonna have his success. And like Trey said, if you let Ryan Garcia, get off on you and land big shots, it's gonna be different than Leo Santa Cruz landing big shots on you.
Hey, can I ask you a question, Elon? The question is, do you think Tank let other fighters dominate the fight?
No, I mean I think part of it is he's trying to set stuff up, but I don't think he intentionally goes out there and gives away rounds.
Because I look at him. Go ahead,
Marlo. I was just gonna say I think it's a method too. It's maddening. Ain't nobody just gonna sit there and shit and let a motherfucker just walk up in.
I'm not saying he doing it intentionally, but it's like when they say about like in football and basketball, sometimes you got teams that play to the competition, even though they might be better. They might play to a team that's the sorriest team in the league or the conference or whatever you want to say, and then that team takes them to the fourth quarter to you barely beat them. You be like, this team way better than that. And I look at Tank and he like with the Barrios, the Gamboa shouldn't like for anybody to believe that Gamboa had a bullshit Achilles, nigga. That's bullshit. Nigga, I play sports, nigga. You ain't gonna be able to plant that foot. You getting slept because he out there with any type of balance on one foot. I don't believe that shit at one point, but it builds to his fight.
But it was caused by the injury. I mean, by the punch, though, right?
No, it's not that. I'm just saying this man ain't finna go 12 rounds in a sport that's probably it demands more movement and energy than basketball. And if you fuck up your Achilles on the basketball court, you can't go back out there and keep playing. So you telling me a dude that got to keep perpetual motion from a dude that can hit him at any angle, and as soon as you try to put that pressure on, you ain't gonna be able to stand on that foot if your Achilles is tore. But the point is, he's scrolling to an old man. I feel like that's the myth of the legend. Bullshit gets thrown out there.
Yeah, that old man had hell of experience for one, and that old man gave Crawford some problems.
Man, I'm giving you that, but I'm just saying he shouldn't get that. like what they say about LeBron. LeBron should have, and I ain't with it, but they're saying even though like LeBron went to the finals in his 4th year, you looking at this dude going against a dude that ain't never really was at this level, and we put him on this level, struggle a little bit. What's his next fight? Pitbull Cruz. He owe that boy. He owe him another one. I don't care what no one say. He owes him another one, even if he beats him. He owes him another one. We ain't got that yet. Now we in between fighting Ryan, not fighting Ryan. Fighting Ryan, not fighting Ryan. Now he's going back down to 130 to fight the nigga that just beat motherfucking on Cobra.
No, he ain't going down. Oh boy, coming up 35.
Oh, he coming up. Okay. I can't respect that because what they saying about Tank at 130? He's fighting 126s. He get to 135, and what are he doing? He fighting old washed up ass niggas in the division and 130s. The niggas he should have been fighting. So it's like, to a sense, he's taking away the vengeance. So when I say with the Tank,
Hey,
with
no,
the
he did
Ryan,
fight 2
go
bigger
ahead.
fighters though. He did fight 2 140-pound.
I give him the Barrios. I give him Barrios, but Barrios, I seen Barrios get his ass whooped by a southpaw that ain't got a jab. It ain't got a Russian southpaw. I forgot his name, and I felt like he lost that fight. He really did lose that fight.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I forgot that. I remember that fight. Yeah, I thought he lost that fight.
He beat the brakes off of him. So I seen this dude at Madoff. That's his name exactly. Beat the brakes off of him. So when I see Tank going in and struggle to a dude where I seen a bum ass nigga at Madoff, he fought that dude y'all was talking about that's coming up at 140 now. He a southpaw. He got range. Madoff had no motherfucking success when I think it was his second to last fight. Ain't had no success to him. Looked sloppy. Looked like he's washed. But he was able to go in there and touch Barrios. Barrios was able to go in there with Tank and look like this. So I'm saying he's playing to the level of his competition. If he's this great because he's finishing, is he not traveling on the borderline of like Deontay Wilder? He talks shit about him, but he ain't demonstrating shit with power and able to land that shot at the right time. Without able to land that shot at the right time, Barrios beat that nigga. Barrios was whooping him. That was Leo Santa Cruz was whooping him before he landed that great shot. So when he talk all that shit about Wilder, talking about I like boxing more than motherfucking power, what is he demonstrating in his last 3 fights? And then the one he fought with Gamboa, he couldn't get him out of there.
He got him out of there, but it was late. But let me say this though. I don't think it's no question on the talent that Tank Davis has. This is my question. What is Coach Cunningham bringing to the table? We all like Coach Cunningham, but it ain't like he got a track record of having champions around this motherfucker. He on every time Tank rises, this man is rising too. And I agree with what King Louis said. It's been too many times I've seen this man down on the cards. Why are you consistently down on the scorecards to where Mayweather got to go ringside and tell you, look, man, you down on the unofficial scorecards. They looking over at Mayweather getting mad and shit. And Mayweather tell him, look, man, you might need a knockout. And then he go out there and get the knockout and we all celebrate. But I'm leery of fighters that are down on the cards consistently. I just seen this man down on the cards. You can even make a case that Rolly Romero was winning rounds against this man. He didn't go out there and he didn't shut out Rolly Romero. Rolly won some rounds and Tank caught him with a hell of a loopy left hand. But I cannot dismiss the fact that this man loses rounds. And so that's one of the main reasons why I think that this boy Ryan Garcia got a chance. And I'm questioning Coach Cunningham as far as coaching on this level because I just don't understand why he got such a talented fighter that's losing rounds like that.
I didn't see Cunningham at the presser. I don't know if he's gonna be with him this time.
He was at the presser.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see him. I just saw what's his name? Ford.
We don't know. Hold on. No, Cunningham. Hold on, who the fuck I'm talking about? Calvin Ford is the one I'm
Calvin Ford.
Calvin Ford is the one that I'm questioning on what is he really bringing to the table because he don't have a track record of having champions. Do we have any other champion besides Tank Davis?
Man, I don't know nobody else he trained except for Tank.
Yeah, they came up together. He raised Tank.
Yeah, so I think that's enough to question him though. You know what I'm saying? Because
what about Shakur? Shakur grandfather too. Shakur got his grandfather in this corner all his life.
Shakur ain't losing rounds.
Oh baby, Trent, you the truth, bro. You saying shit better than I
But
could.
hey,
Keep
I thought that was the beauty in boxing though, that a motherfucker can possess that power and get and have an equalizer.
Yeah, but you don't want him to consistently lose round. That's the key word. You know, Trey said he
Oh yeah,
consistently goes out there and loses round.
I understand that. I understand that part. I was just saying that's the beauty of it though, of having that equalizer.
Yeah, that
That's
eraser.
yeah. If he didn't have that equalizer, that means he'd be losing all them fights. You feel what I'm saying? But
Yeah, but you don't want a guy depending on that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't gonna get caught with the shot. And if you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, even if you look at the Pitbull Cruz fight, you had fans that wanted, still to this day say Tank lost the fight because he didn't drop the dude, he didn't knock him out, and the fight was closer than they expected because they didn't expect nothing of the guy. But most of them hadn't heard of him. So you think about a situation versus a guy like Ryan. And you go in there and you start giving away the first round, second round, third round. Next thing he have a big round in the sixth, and somehow you in a situation where you got to try to get a couple knockdowns, a potential knockout to win the fight. And Ryan got the type of pedigree where he should know how to not allow himself, especially if he up in a fight, and he got his corner telling him just go out there and fight smart. You should think that he got the pedigree to be able to go out there and do that, especially against a desperate fighter who need a knockout, so you know what he's trying to do.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
I don't think he needs to be in a position where he needs a knockout this time. Ryan Garcia is a step up from every opponent that Tank Davis has ever fought. And the same thing can be said about Tank being a step up for Ryan too. You know what I'm saying? But we talking about Tank right now. I just don't like a bona fide 3.5. Hype, you say the motherfucker 14-time national champion. Name another fighter that Tank them fought like that that's in their prime. You can say Gamboa, but Gamboa was an old man when he fought Tank Davis. We can't even talk about what Gamboa did against Crawford and all that shit. That shit was down there a decade ago. This is a whole different story right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of worried for Tank. To be real with y'all, I just don't think that he needs to get down on the cards. I think he needs to get out there and win from the get-go. But I also see a little bit of Canelo type shit going on because Canelo like to get out the slow starts and then he turn it on late because uh he got stamina problems. It could be the same thing with Tank. Tank might be trying to save some of his stamina for later in the fight. You know what I'm saying? But if you go out there and you make him fight early, like Bivol did against Canelo, it could be a whole different type of dynamic in the fight. If Tank got to go out there and win rounds from the get-go, he can gas out coming down the stretch. And I don't think that'll be good for him either.
Trey, I disagree with one thing because like when you say about him worrying about going like if you worrying about gassing, ain't you trying to you in defense, right? If you weren't like you ain't shooting off just too early. He's in positions. I look at Tank and I know his skill set. Tank could be better. When I look at Tank, Tank look like a rusty fighter. He look like a fighter that hasn't been in the ring in a minute. Each and every time, and then he cuts on. He cuts on. That's almost like Crawford, but Crawford is methodical. You ain't getting up on him like that earlier. Even though he might lose around because he ain't throwing as much work. Tank be throwing the work and still lose around. So I feel like it's more than his work habit because I look at him with what he shows, his speed, agility, and power. He should be like a little Mike Tyson down there, and he fight timid at times. And when you look at like the more he been stepping up, and like you say, when he fights Ryan Garcia, this is gonna be the toughest fight. But I don't think this is the toughest fight for Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has fought a former undisputed champ. We can say it's amateur, but just giving credit to the pedigree. Ryan has been tested and he has beat this man. So he ain't like who the fuck is Tank ever beat? A Pedraza. And we don't even fucking rank that motherfucking title. They talk about his WBA when he get moved up from 130 to 135. He fight Leo Santa Cruz for the same belt that he lose on the scale, but he fighting him at 135. So I'm looking at a fighter that's like you say, that's fighting like Canelo. That's the only comparison I see about Canelo that he's putting these Mexican fighters in trap fights. But I don't think he gonna be able to do Oscar like that or motherfucking Ryan. And when I look at what Ryan got on Dimension and how I see this man struggle against Barrios, man, Ryan Garcia beat the brakes off Barrios at that weight. Not saying going up to 147, and I ain't speaking too high on Keith because he went 12 with Keith. Because Keith, we know what Keith is. He was damn near ready to get knocked out by a journeyman and José Lopez. So I'm looking at what he's doing, and bro said it perfectly. We waiting for him to give us this showcase, like to the point where Mayweather got to come up and he's mad, nigga. I think it's Russ. I think take one of them niggas that you see, you be like, well, he's in there doing something. No, this man's just that fucking talented. When you see him, he look like a nigga that's been in the gym 2 years. Tank might go in the gym just to cut weight.
Let me ask y'all a question. Out of the good fighters that Tank done fought, because he done fought some decent ones, what fight do y'all feel like he just put it all together? I'm talking about the offense, the defense, the transition, winning rounds, just straight domination. What fight comes in y'all mind when y'all think of that?
Versus the good fighters, not versus just anybody.
Not just anybody. I'm talking about against the good guys that can fight back.
Now I can't think of one really. I mean, all of them been shaky to me.
Nobody.
I can think of that Walsh kid.
Well, Pedraza fight. That's the only
man. Pedraza had him in a minute. Pedraza had him earlier. Hold on, we ain't gonna have to Pedraza didn't hurt him. No, go Alex. A thorough performance where we see this nigga showcase his skills, ain't shaky. Pedraza got him early.
Now, Pedraza never seen that game plan though. Pedraza just walked straight to the man and gave up his height, reach, and everything. I thought that was just a terrible game plan. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all want to say that fight, the Pedraza fight, I ain't gonna argue with you though. And Marlo say Leon Walsh, I don't really rank him as a real good fighter.
Well, that was the one I was gonna say. That's why I asked you. I said, can I say anybody? You like, no, not none.
Hey,
yeah, that's the one I was gonna say.
Oh boy, was a champion. That's why I said a champion.
I'm saying nobody, bro. I'm not even saying that. I'm telling you, nobody. He's had shaky fights with Pedraza, with like, yeah, bro, well, man, that's crazy. Devin Haney looked better against. Come on, let's be honest. Devin Haney looked better against Gamboa than Tank did.
Look what Pitbull did. Look what Pitbull did to Gamboa.
It knocked him out. Did him dirty.
Did him dirty.
So, did him dirty. So we talking about.
Hey. God, no.
Nigga, we know you a Gamboa fan. D-Lo, chill out. We know you a Gamboa fan.
God, no, man. Y'all ain't gotta just lay it on. Just rub it in. Get grief. We know he got whooped.
Hey, Rod,
Gamboa was gonna be done like that by Pitbull, bro. Pitbull surprised the fuck out of me when he did him like that. I swear to God.
I ain't here to play. Salute, bro.
My nigga. What's up, bro?
Rod X, y'all calling the fight this weekend?
Man, let me tell you something about this nigga Rod X channel. This man ain't never donated $1 to the channel. He don't participate in no trivia. I had something else I wanted to say. It was something else this motherfucker don't do, but he always looking for some work for a nigga to do. Goddamn, come through and participate in the trivia. Throw a nigga 50 cents in the super chat every now and then, and we might honor your request, motherfucker.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna ask this right here. Go live Friday. I'm gonna put some money in y'all shit in your PayPal. So just drop your PayPal. Oh, baby. I love it, bro. I'm telling you, when I don't hear y'all call the fight, I can't listen to this shit. Boxing ain't shit without y'all boys talking.
I tried to listen to the DAZN card, the Chocolatito card fight. I had to turn the volume down. It was sucking.
They got that Teofimo Lopez versus Sandor Martin fight coming up this weekend. So if I don't watch that Crawford shit, I was thinking about calling it because it's on TV. It's gonna be on regular ESPN. Not saying that that's gonna be an action fight, but it is something that's gonna be televised that we can call it.
Baby Anderson on the card and Keyshawn.
You'll make motherfucking Green Beans versus motherfucking Ray Robinson, which you did. Sound like motherfucking Ali versus Frazier, bro. Do your thing. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He did all right. They don't need to put no cables on it.
Ain't no cables, bro. This real nigga shit. I don't throw cables on niggas. I told nigga, hey, bro, you can approve right here. Bro was telling me, like, I'm gonna tell you, this nigga got Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant shit. The man was telling me, like, and we're like, bro, I go back and I look back at everything. I like, bro, I ain't see no fault in it. I skipped right there. Like, bro, going for perfection. That would make them so good, man. I'm telling you.
King Louis, you
I
didn't
can't
catch
throw
you didn't catch
Craig
the live stream last week. He don't like all that.
Hey, I know that, but I'm telling him real. He know this coming from the heart. I don't throw cables or dick suckers on shit. Like when I say I heard these niggas and I knew they was the truth, just off that right there, it ain't nothing else need to be said. Oh wait, nigga, show me somebody else doing what they doing
But
better.
real shit, I gotta get my microphone on point because my shit been going in and out. I've been real quiet and shit, and that's frustrating if I'm gonna call a fight. So I gotta tighten that shit up first, and then I'll be ready to do my thing. You know what I'm saying? Are y'all
Brian,
able to hear me? How my volume been sounding? I've been sounding normal, or I've been sounding far away.
A little bit far away.
Yeah,
yeah.
I gotta get that shit on together, man. I don't even know what to do to be honest, but I'm gonna try to
Hey, I'm gonna
tighten
tell
it
you
up.
something. About $100, nigga. Go to Walmart, get your little Yeti, and get your little area right. Set it up, put it up. You might need to get your little laptops, man. You like 200 or something like. A little laptop, get your little by three something with the Yeti and the laptop. You be able to do something.
All right, I'm gonna see what's up, man. I ain't gonna lie, my technology game
Get
is weak as
professional with it.
hell.
Like I got you, bro. On my baby.
Hey, Brown said good night, fellas. They are.
All right.
All right,
Appreciate you coming through.
nice. Appreciate you. What was that? Oh, right here. Joseph Brown said my money on the dude with the mental health issue. Both of them motherfuckers got mental health issues.
Which one?
Ah. Oh God, I was gonna ask, nigga. Both of them got it. What you mean by that?
Ivy say Ford is Gavante's trainer, and I don't think he's a good trainer for Gavante as he can't command Gavante's attention at all times. Joseph Brown said equalizer can be a gift and a curse uh, for said fighters if they rely on it too much.
Yep.
Excuse me. That's true. Everybody laughing and shit. Napoleon said, "What's good, fellas? Shit, just chilling, bro, chopping it up." Um, Joseph Brown said Sergio Moro game charismatic will make anybody turn off the sound. They straight back. Uh, Brown hashtag get the fuck out my gym. Rod X said, I'll take that as a no. uh, everybody, I'm done. I'm caught up. Rod X said, I'll take that as a no.
Hey, we talking about this Ryan fight. You know, Tank still got to fight Hector Garcia. He probably gonna be behind in that fight too. You know, before before if he inevitably land a knockout punch. You know what I'm saying? I expect him to be behind it down on the cards in that fight.
But Ryan ain't aggressive though, y'all. Like unless that's gonna be his game plan to be aggressive. But I think
Now I'm gonna get a little positive on Tank. Tank can drop this nigga if he fight a decent because, like I say, I go to Ryan's mentality. Ryan got a questionable mentality, but when I look at some shit and I look at X factors and I look at how boxing going, when you look at shit, it's like 50-50, promotion against promotion. When you see in style promotion, you gonna see the fucking favorite win most of the time. But when you see these niggas go outside promotion, when I'm gonna put my, it's like you going to a dog fighting ring, and I ain't trying to get no bullshit started. But like my dog against your dog, we gonna see who the best dog in the motherfucking ring, nigga. And my dog gonna whoop your ass. Your dog so bad to a point you gonna have to put a bullet in his head. And that's why I want to see boxing too. And I feel like money is fucked up boxing, bro. Saying with this fighter get paid, now we also gotta understand business. What I'm saying, it look like what these fighters are getting paid is getting in the way of the fights happening. And if that's the promoters and they're instigating like situations not trying to pay them, it's on the fighters like what Bud did, but what Bud didn't finish is to become free agents and then become your own boss like what these niggas claim to be. You can't be your own boss when you gotta go holler at somebody. But now we looking at niggas that they know they ain't got their own money and we ain't got the mindsets of the Floyd Mayweather where niggas can go bet on themselves. They gonna have money to bring to the table. They ain't just asking you to do this because they lifestyle. Well, I got kids, nigga. You taking a nigga you asking for this money for don't got kids. So we gotta get out that mindset and understand business is what's more beneficial for you. So when we start seeing these boxers start talking about guarantee, when I brought up Earl didn't get a guarantee, D-Lo, on all respect, you glossed over it because your main point was trying to say that, Bud, where do you hear that a fighter don't get a guarantee? And my rebuttal to that was like, man, Earl ain't getting one either. And he came out and showed it. Let me finish. He came out and spoke on the transparency issues when a nigga was talking about, well, this ain't transparent. He said, well, tell that nigga to show the contract because he's showing this right there. And he never rebuked what he said. He said, this nigga ain't shit nothing. And, oh, this proving I'm right. And then when Earl finally spoke, he spoke with motherfucking guidance. Ow, them would tell him about this because Earl don't understand this shit to the sense. But the difference is the same with Lamar Jackson negotiating with the motherfucking Baltimore Ravens without an agent. You gonna hear shit that you don't want to hear. Well, they gonna tell you, I don't think it's worth it, and then you gonna get emotional. An agent gonna sit there and be like, they going for what's the best interest because they trying to get paid. They ain't caring about that emotion shit. They gonna a nigga that you got to do business with after you do the deal tell you that I don't think you worth this shit. Well, if I feel like that's the best of having an agent, so he's dealing with that point. And when Bob Arum coming out saying the things he said, it makes a lot more sense. So I just pay attention to boxing right now, and I'm looking at how things is moving. Us as fans, and Trey said it best. And we got to get out there bullshit, bro. We got to support it. I wasn't going to buy it. On my grandma's grave, I'll post it on my channel. I'm going to buy that bitch. And if you are Earl Spence fan, Bud Crawford fan, buy the fight. Because it's here. And we need to make something. Because if we're going to keep doing the Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao bullshit, the fight ain't never going to happen. We in a different era. This ain't the same times, nigga. This fight ain't gonna do nowhere near to what that fight was gonna do, even though it might be better. That's life. But if you a Bud fan and you want him to get this fight and not a protector, you'll buy the shit. Earl fan, buy the shit. It ain't gonna give him 50-50, but it's gonna show you that you engage in fight. Cause like as me as a boxing fan, even though I don't like the way this shit going, D-Lo said it best. We can't forget that the nigga said that the fight won't happen in 2023. And question I asked didn't get answered. I said, so if Bud take this fight, do Earl deserve one? It's gonna push it back even farther. So because all the bullshit in politics, the fight that we really, really want the most, because the fights that we wanted before this is gone. This is the last fight that we truly wanted. We can't let this shit in politics or boxing get in the way of us not getting it. So we gotta get our feelings, bro, and just be like, if you a true boxing fan, which I am, I love the style. I love Bud Crawford. I hate certain decisions. If you would have fought Earl earlier, it is what it is. This is a fight that could do 2-3 fights. But we are where we at now. We can't sit here and say, well, I don't like that he did that. We gotta get past that shit. And that's the only way the sport of boxing gonna grow. If we don't get on that, we're like, man, that nigga King Louis talking some bullshit because he used to say this. Yeah, I was wrong. All that shit's stupid, bro. We gotta sit here and support the sport. Fuck the fighter, nigga. I'm to the point where I don't give a fuck if them bitches don't get paid 5,000 as long as I get the goddamn fight. You can call me a colonizer, nigga. They need to get on the program of the fans, nigga, to give us the power to make it strong. They took us and used us to get these bullets. Dave and Az and these. Y'all crazy as fuck, bro. And if Earl come back, who he gonna fight? It's gonna be more bullshit. It's gonna be more division. So let's just support this shit. Try to get this fight first thing next year, man. If not, a lot of you niggas ain't boxing fans. I'm done, bro.
So what we doing? We buying the fight this weekend, y'all?
I'm buying it. On God, I got it. I'll get it.
Yeah, I was already about it. I said I was about it.
What about you, Marlo? You buying?
I would.
Well, fuck it, we
Yeah,
buying
I
the
ain't
fight.
interested in the motherfucker.
Y'all niggas buying it, I'ma buy it.
But what we gotta ask, nigga, all you fake ass Bud Crawford fans talking about Earl doing this shit, we need niggas to show what they, cause this nigga is betting on himself to his hand. Show y'all value, show Bud's value, because if y'all don't come out, this man do 50, This ain't Al Hammond. This ain't Bob Arum. This is Bud. This man come out and do 40, 50,000, nigga. This is what the fuck he worth. And you got niggas who really don't even fuck with him on principle, but just because of sport, buying this shit, you gotta put that in account to your equation of his fans. Nigga better sit down and take the motherfucking 30 and shut the fuck up, because Floyd Mayweather, one of the greatest fighters that we seen, took 70-30 against Oscar De La Hoya. We talking about.
I'm gonna look and see if it's on Spectrum we can order. Because I hate to jump through hoops to fucking order a fucking fight with these apps. They the motherfuckers keep on charging you and shit.
I'm with you, bro. If that shit was on channel 651, I would be a lot more likely to buy it, man. But I know I ain't good with technology, and I gotta go through all this shit.
Bud versus Amnesia.
Yeah, you gotta go through all these hoops and shit, man. If I gotta do all that, I'm already not interested.
See what I'm talking about? About how if it's too complicated to buy, folks gonna be like, man, I ain't doing that. I'm just gonna watch the ESPN card.
Yeah.
You got a
That's
free.
what I was looking
I'm gonna tell you something. It's more.
ESPN,
No, it's not though. It's not D-Lo. That's just an excuse a lot of niggas make. Like Carissa Shields shit was harder. Fight TV, and I bought all that shit. When she went against him and shit, like niggas just be talking, bro. When you fuck with a nigga, you gonna go watch the Super Bowl. You gonna go watch the shit you wanna go watch.
And
You got a lot
shit, I
of
don't give a fuck what it is. If you can't order that shit on TV, motherfuckers ain't gonna be enthusiastic to go looking up shit on the apps.
Nobody finna be jumping through the hoop to pay $50,
right.
$40.
You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody finna be doing all that extra shit. Like that.
I got all type of apps on my phone for
that's why
shit
they
that
made
I
it
don't
so.
fuck with for that other than that reason.
Yeah, that's why they be making that shit on making it convenient. ESPN Plus is another app. Now you downloading 5, 6 different apps on your phone. I'm not with that. All these motherfuckers is on see, but I'm gonna look though.
I'm looking now.
Cable provider.
Cause like Spectrum.
in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
what you feeling like over there?
Yeah, no, I was just finna say the same thing. I finna catch up in the chat though.
Hold on, before you do that, what were you about to say?
No, I say I'm up here looking for this fight right now. I'm looking for it too. On my like Infinity and Spectrum, it's the same shit. Comcast, it's all the same shit.
Okay. I'm about to see if I can find it too.
Joseph Brown said that if Fury fighting Usyk next, Fury is the only fighter to cut 2 promos and 2 face-offs and 1 call-out with Usyk and Joyce after destroying Delboy. Joseph Brown said it's been proven already that most fans in YTBC at real boxing fans, he said they want to be these fighters' girlfriends.
Yeah.
Ugly cuz salute. He said salute Trey and Marlo. Salute fam. El Fanichi salute, bro. He said salute to the block from Lillian and the corner. In and out like a robbery. I'm in the green. Yeah, I told him too. He settled his debt, Trey.
Hey Marlo.
Yeah.
That shit on TV. I'm buying.
Oh yeah, we in the game then.
Pay-per-view 2.
Well, I might buy it that way too then. That way I ain't gotta pay for that app every month. That ain't gonna have no content on it.
You're right.
Only thing is they got this shit in Spanish.
Hey Trey, I ain't got that. I got a yellow on Crawford, white when you look at the names and shit like that, yellow Crawford, white Alisana. I'm more than that shit right now.
I just gotta make sure it's in English, because right now that shit say
Terrence Crawford versus David Ananasia, Saturday, 7:30, 3 a.m., 39 on box. That shit box.
This what my shit say, nigga. Terrence Crawford,
Defiende
su titulo de peso welter de la OMG contra David Avenija. Nigga, I don't even know what that means.
Trey, that was anybody who shouldn't care what language is in, it should be you.
Yeah.
So we want to hear you, not them anyway.
But no, he want to make sure that this shit ain't some bullshit, some Mexican bullshit where this shit cut off.
Because it ain't on pay-per-view 1, it's on pay-per-view 2. I ain't never even bought a pay-per-view on this channel, on this particular channel. Normally I buy on 651, but they got it on 661. You see what I'm saying?
So it's probably on there on another channel too. That's gonna be in English, maybe.
It ain't gonna let me show it again, but that bitch, yeah, I ordered that motherfucker.
Hey, they said probably Maldonado gonna be one of the commentators. So I know I don't want to hear.
This nigga's a bitch. Hey, I'm telling y'all, nigga, you bitch ass Crawford fans better buy this shit. If not, nigga, on God.
Yeah, nigga, we buy that shit and they don't buy that shit. I'm talking all kind of shit.
Shit,
This
we
my
got the
last
right to talk
attempt for
shit
trying to
too.
be civil. This my last attempt for being civil. Fuck all you Bud Crawford fans after this shit. This bitch ass nigga come up here with this bullshit again. I
Hey,
swear
how
to
much
God,
you
I
was
ain't
saying on yours,
gonna
Trey?
Hold on, I ain't even checked. Let me
39,
see
Oh,
the
39.
price.
39.99.
Yep, $39.99.
This shouldn't even be no damn pay per view.
Man, what the card is, man?
Cyborg.
That top rank card, better.
Hey, let's not buy the fight just and just to talk shit about it. Let's actually try to support the motherfucker.
How
Hey,
much am I to call?
I just
Bro,
ain't
it's
finna put
bought
no
already
cables
on
on it.
mine. Be like, well, my cable, like, this should have come up on my next month bill. This should have come up on my next month bill, so it's bought on
All
my
day.
end.
All day.
Look, I'm gonna
This
support the
ass nigga
fight.
about
I'm
to
gonna
hold
buy the
it down,
fight, but
bro.
I'm not gonna put no cables on it.
I ain't
No,
putting
I
no
gotta
cable.
put cables on it. I put $40 on this shit. You niggas better go buy this motherfucker, nigga. Because if you really like Trey said the best thing, like that's the real shit though. Like if we really want to fight, bro, and niggas trying to say that the business is like, bro, why won't you go out and buy it? Because I'm so Earl Spence. Nah, bitch, fuck Earl Spence, nigga. I'm boxing, nigga. Even though I feel like Earl got the edge, I want to see it. But it might surprise us. It might be some bull. It really might be the business.
Hell, it might be a knockdown drag out classic. You never know.
Yeah. Hey, if it is, the fight will get made. I guarantee it.
But let me ask y'all this. We want to support boxing, right? But it's a gang of up and coming prospects that we like fighting this weekend. I'm talking about Jared Anderson. We got Shushu Carrington. We got Keyshawn Davis. We got damn, it's a few more that just kind of slipped my mind. But it's a lot of up and coming prospects that's gonna be fighting on that top rank card, which is free. So which one is supporting boxing
For free?
more?
For free?
Yeah, that shit
I
for free.
think I'm gonna have two TVs sitting beside each other.
It's gonna be on ESPN. So which one is supporting boxing more? Supporting
I'm
this
gonna
nigga
tell you
Crawford in
something.
this pay-per-view, or supporting all the fights this weekend from Teofimo Lopez all the way down to the up and coming prospects that's gonna be in step up fights this weekend.
The latter.
That's what I said, Trey. I said I wasn't even planning on watching that shit. I was planning on watching ESPN card.
Listen, Top Rank been whooping
I ain't
ass
gonna
in
lie to you.
boxing, bro.
Because ESPN have been giving us, you know what I'm saying, consistent boxing, man. ESPN been,
Good boxing.
I ain't saying they've been right there though. You know what I'm
When
saying?
they give us bone fights, they do good bone fights.
No, they leading the way right now for sure. As far as content, you know what I'm saying? As far as actually putting on events and consistently putting on shows and having decent fight, they leading the way right now. But I think 2023 they're gonna get a run for their money based on how their schedule look.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, D-Lo. Like that's why I said I wasn't even
Man,
interested in checking
that's
for that shit.
hopeful wishing though. Because we said this supposed to be this year. We said this year supposed to be stacked. Just look at all the fights they could have had this year that they say with exclamation fingers going down like bunny fingers, like being sarcastic, that they gonna happen next year. What I mean as a boxing fan to believe that it's gonna happen next year.
Hey, hold up, Jay Brown said if I pay for it, I'm gonna talk all the shit I want because I bought it.
Hey, did y'all know Manny Pacquiao fighting this weekend in the exhibition?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah, they shit on pay-per-view niggas for $29.99.
Hey, it's all kind of stuff going on. That's why I said, man, it's the worst. It's the worst day they could have put the fight on. That's why I said I don't think it's gonna do much of nothing.
But that's a sign of the fucking company being some novices. Why would you
Right.
plan this type of fight on this type of weekend when
Well, I
literally
think
hold on, you literally got 5 fucking cards going on in one night. Why would you plan a pay-per-view for that weekend?
Bad idea, ain't it? I
Terrence didn't give
think
a
they were
fuck
the
about
first
the
one that announced
company.
the date, but I might be wrong.
Listen, Terrence didn't give a fuck about the company, bro. You ain't gotta give a fuck about an announcement. We know these dates are set. Man, barbershop conversation, not barbershop conversation. That faggot ass short Frederick Hawthorne. That nigga came out and told us, nigga, other than water, we ain't getting no another PBC pay per view, nigga, that worthwhile until next year because the money is not there. They told us that this fight was gonna happen, and niggas believed the shit, nigga. When they were saying the fight was gonna happen 6 weeks from the time that they announced it without a press conference, who to believe that this fight really? Man, I won't be surprised if some bullshit happened. What's the day? Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday. Wednesday should be the weigh-in, right? I don't even believe it's a
Friday.
man. I don't even think it's gonna be a weigh-in if they ain't have a press conference, nigga. They like, bro. Dave and Amnesia went to the Man City, bro. They out there right now, bro. They talking like ain't no, bro. Oh God, they got a video. Ain't nobody downtown. That bitch like motherfucking Philadelphia, Mississippi, the country. Like, man, and when niggas say they don't believe they bitch gonna do 20,000, man, if you know a Wilder fighting, this niggas coming in right now to the city. The city is vibrant. This man finna fight a bomb. His city don't even know he finna fight. A lot of the boxing fans don't know he finna fight. Do you think Terrence Crawford just trying to steal a bag? Because why wouldn't he? Like, bro, if this is a startup company and they are trying to get their foot in boxing and they gonna put their stamp on one fighter and the fighter know that his success is determined on this event because he's doing some shit just trying to break the mold and all that shit. Would he not tell him that we should at least have two, not just one, two, one before it happened and then one close to the fight? These bitches ain't had no face off. Go ahead, Dilo.
I mean, I was gonna say, man, before they ever even reached out to any fighter, they should have had a plan on how they're gonna go about doing things. I mean, I wouldn't rely on the fighter to tell me how to put it together. You know what I'm saying? The fighter ain't the expert. You need the subject matter experts to tell you how to put this stuff together. And apparently they ain't consulting nobody, or either they ain't listening. Because I mean, it looking. I mean, I for lack of a better term, thus far it been looking pretty janky. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying. I'm hoping that when the event actually come together, that it ain't no nonsense like thing freezing up or something like that. I just hope everything goes off without a hitch. But so far, things just ain't been happening in the order that we're used to seeing when it comes to a fight, especially a pay-per-view fight.
And look at this card though, y'all. Look, you got Crawford and versus Avenese. You got Arnold, Harry Kegi,
Kiga, we call him that fight.
and Eric Baez, and then you
That's
got
a good fight.
That's a good one though.
Fight. Yeah, that's a great fight.
Then you got the cyborg making her debut.
She might bring some pay-per-view buys. I forgot about her.
No, need to call Comcast and tell them get my money back, bro.
Hey, but look, hold up. Versus what's his name? Teofimo Lopez, Big Baby Anderson, and
Shushu Carrington and Keyshawn Davis. And a few more. Oh yeah, Xander Zayas too. That's the one.
Ain't no competition, man. Ain't no competition
for free. Man, I'd rather watch. I'd rather watch the ESPN card.
Hey, I'm gonna watch the ESPN. I'm gonna watch the ESPN card to the main event.
I'm gonna take it a step farther. I'm almost want to say fuck PBC, bro. Cause like PBC gonna be almost forced to do this shit. They need to do it. They should have been done it. They shouldn't have been sitting on these damn fights and none of this shit. Nigga, ESPN, like I said, from the reserve fight, the reserve fight,
free fights, nigga. They gave us bomb-ass free fights. Some shit should have been on paper for free.
Charlo Harris.
You gotta update that resume, shit. We can't keep on talking about what you did
I was still in
2013, nigga.
I was still in high school back then.
Nah, bro, this shit with Tony Harrison and Charlo, bro. We got some good fights recently for free. Motherfucker,
I was being sarcastic, man.
Yeah,
bro,
he was
J Rock versus fucking what was the boy named Hurd? Nigga, we got some great. Like it was better with Showbox, but these niggas ain't even giving us those fights, bro. At the other, they trying to cash in at every division, bro. Look at boxing. Look at the division that's popping that they ain't trying to get no money from. Every division popping.
I agree with y'all, but what has PBC given us in the last 2 years? What's the best fight for free that they given us in the last 2 years?
Fondor, Lou.
Fondor,
Fuck that ain't shit, bro. Oh my
Castaño,
grandma, that wasn't shit.
and Charlo. That was
Yeah,
a good ass fight.
them some good fights. You're right. That's a good
You
fight.
said on Fundora versus Lubin.
That was a good one.
I think Fundora was on PEDs, bro.
But that's a whole other topic, though. But
But the question
he
originally
look
was,
like that shit
the fight
or
later.
before. I get you. I really don't even rank that shit. I don't even rank that fight though. Lupin didn't drop that. Yeah, he did. You're right.
He did. That was one of my favorite moments calling fights when he surprises with that knockdown out of nowhere.
That would let me know that man was on PD too. You right.
Man, he off that, man.
Hey, Rod X said he conflicted in buying that Crawford fight. I don't blame you, man. You got a whole free card that's good as fuck, and they want to charge you $40 for a free. That should be a free card. That shouldn't even be on pay-per-view.
Man, I'm about to jump out here, man. Y'all ain't finna dissuade me from buying the fight, man. God,
Man,
no.
we just said we all encouraging people to buy the fight. Don't forget that
I
part.
was just joking, man.
But hold on, though. This is what you also got to remember. It's a fight card in Ireland. Michael Conlon is fighting that Grappa kid this weekend. The dude that got knocked out at the last minute by I can't think of the dude's name, but that's a good card right there. A whole bunch of Irish fighters. He also got that fight card that's gonna have Shanar Bunch fighting against what's my man from Philadelphia that fought Crawford and he went southpaw and got knocked out.
Lundy.
He fighting Hammer and Lundy, so that's like a step up fight for him. You know what I'm saying? If you're a hardcore boxing fan, it's a lot of cards this weekend. Like I said 5, but it actually might be like 6 or 7 cards between Saturday and Sunday. Real shit. You got a lot of options.
Yes, and you got daytime fights too.
Joseph Brown said Wednesday should be the press conference. He also said Bud doesn't care. All he know is he got his guarantee money. That's it. Joseph Brown said,
Napoleon got me that Jordan, the 3 Gill. Me and him, we fucked around and picked Jordan Gill when we knew Kiko Martinez was gonna whoop his ass. Yeah, that's what he's talking about. Appreciate it.
Jordan Hill.
Yeah, his last name is Gill. It ain't Hill, it's Gill.
Oh.
They call him the Thrill. Went out there and got his ass thrillingly whooped by Kiko Martinez, man. And look, he got the amateur background and all that, so you know I'm a sucker for that. But I had saw his fight with Grappa. Grappa stepped to him and was whooping his ass. Then Jordan Gill hit him with a surprise right hand and knocked him out in the 9th round. But I knew that man was weak, and I still picked him over Kiko Martinez, knowing that he a blessing good warrior in that bitch.
And this right here. Go ahead, D-Lo. Hey, Joseph Brown said, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I think bro occupied, but go ahead.
Joseph Brown said, I'm sorry. He said, I'm watching them prospects on Top Rank. The future of boxing is important to me. Then that 35 nigga almost out the dope.
They got a good fight in Russia too, man. They got that Magomed Kurbanov fight. He like a Eastern European Mayweather. He fight in the Dagestan shoulder roll, but he real good though. He a 5 on the pedigree scale. He won gold at the Youth AIBA World Championships. He got a decision win over Patrick Teixeira in his last fight. He also got a close win over Liam Smith. He a real good fighter. He fighting this Saturday too. Like it ain't no shortage of options going on this weekend.
You calling them fights on Trey?
I gotta see, man. I really want to tighten up my microphone, man, because I don't want to listen back to it and then my shit sounded fucked up the whole way through. It ain't gonna be nothing to make me madder than that. I
I
gotta
got
tighten up my audio, man. If I get my shit right though, by Saturday, I'm in there.
uh,
Joseph Brown, he said they giving us Martin versus Rivera. He also said Crawford Hall of Fame. He doesn't need my viewership. He said I give him to I give him to the young guns Saturday night.
Who said that shit?
That's Joe Brown.
Yeah.
Hey, not only that, he Hall of Fame and he financially set for life.
Right.
He don't have to ever work again if he don't want to. Blah, blah, blah.
Well,
So,
why he crying about needing fights to feed his family?
hey, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. He said we ain't got don't worry about getting no money with it. Yeah, let's just he don't need our duck. He already shot. You
Well, if
know,
the nigga
I ain't
financially,
gonna be that way. I'm about to fight though.
if he financially stable, he shouldn't have been saying that he mad about not getting a Spence fight fast enough because he need money to feed his family. That's bullshit.
Nah, I mean I can see both things can be true.
Man, if you either you financially set for life or you're not.
Oh no, you talking about the feed his family like they wouldn't go. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
Like they wouldn't gonna eat if he didn't fight. No, I get that, but
yeah.
I think that feed my family thing kind of more like figuratively speaking. But I mean I can see wanting to get a fight for the year before you go, for the year. You know what I'm
Well, why
saying?
don't you just keep it 100 and say that you want to fight to stay sharp, and you don't want to
I
fight
think he
coming off
wanted
a
a,
long
I think he
layoff.
wanted a 2022 payday. You know what I'm saying? More so than just staying sharp. I think he wanted a check in 2022.
Okay, I got you.
hey, Trey, you said it best, nigga. That nigga on his motherfucking Latrell spree reel. I gotta feed my motherfucking kid, and the bitch ain't gonna even be in the league by the time. Hey, that man turned down $21 million, nigga, with the
Come
Minnesota
on, man.
Timberwolves.
I don't even want to be reminded of that, man. That's
Hey,
hey,
Marlo trying to catch up in the chat
I
though, so
gotta
let me
feed
shut this
my
shit down.
kids, and he ain't even get another contract. At least Dennis Schroeder got another contract. Dennis Schroeder turned down 80 million and got fired. But this nigga Trent, but this the same nigga that choked out his coach. This Bud. Bud is like Bob told you. He's very like he's hard to do business with. This is a Jew that fucked over Muhammad Ali and all these other niggas, and he had nothing but great shit to say about him.
Hey,
Oh,
Marlo
cause
trying to
Bud
catch up
doing
so
the
he can
right
shut this
thing
shit
and try
down.
to
So
make sure his business right.
let
Nah.
Marlo catch up so he can shut the live stream down.
Hey, MZ said I can't wait till I get off. He said y'all keep cooking. Oh, we about to shut it down. I got to get up early, man. Do 12 tomorrow. Roddick said that's the problem with boxing. He said the best card this weekend is free. The worst card is on pay-per-view. Yeah, that's ass backwards, man. MZ say, Louis was great. Napoleon said he said you never done feeding the family. Never. Generational wealth.
MZ, you great, bro. That's what's great. Salute to you, bro.
Hey, but y'all ready to shut it down? We want to go first.
Don't go first, King Louis. What's speaky P?
Man, I appreciate y'all boys, man. I bought the fight. I encourage everybody that has listened to this on stream. We're gonna listen back on it on playback. If you love boxing, or you a fan of boxing, and fuck all these cliques and names and brands, support what's best. And I just ask you, cause I don't give a fuck. Cause after this, if this shit don't happen, I'm not gonna put another dime in boxing. And that's on my grandma's grave. With that being said, y'all continue to subscribe to Great Boxing, man. I appreciate y'all spending y'all time. One love.
Yes, sir. What about you, D-Lo?
as always, man, I appreciate y'all having me on. Good chance to fellowship with the chat and with the panel. You know what I'm saying? We got a good weekend of boxing coming up. I hope everybody get an opportunity to enjoy some boxing, support the fights that you want to support. And hopefully, what I'm saying, all these fighters come out, what I'm saying, in with their health intact and what I'm saying, get to do it again the next time. But it's all I got on it, man. I appreciate y'all having me on, man.
I appreciate y'all getting on the panel. That also go from my man DeCane. MZ tried to get on the panel, but his phone was tripping and shit. So appreciate him for trying to get on the panel. Appreciate everybody come through, chopping it up with us about boxing. You know what I'm saying? If I get my shit together, I really be calling fights off my phone, man. So I probably got to just upgrade my shit so I can do what I need to do. But I do know that we need to get back in there and start calling some fights. Got a lot of fight cards this weekend, man. So y'all support however you gonna support, whether you gonna buy the pay-per-view or you gonna watch the free shit. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta sleep on it. I'm gonna sleep on what I'm gonna do. It's not that I'm not a boxing fan, but I'm just interested in Xander Zayas, Keyshawn Davis, Jared Anderson, Shushu Carrington, Teofimo Lopez. They all on the same fucking card, man. That's hard competition. And they call me Top Rank Toby because I'm one of them motherfuckers that be promoting Top Rank. I just like the work they be doing. And as a gambler, they put together a lot of quality matchups that me and my team can bet on. So that's one of the main things that I like about him, nigga. When I see a Top Rank card, I know we about to get paid. So yeah, I got to sleep on it, man. But I might end up buying that shit. But appreciate everybody come through, man. I ain't gonna talk y'all to death, man. We're gonna catch you on the next one.
Real talk. You already know, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. Sharing y'all knowledge. I know we wasn't in the chat like that, man. We had some good conversations. But appreciate y'all coming through, man. Sharing y'all time, man. As always, an opinion. Shit, we'll be back sooner than later, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Till next time. Don't forget to tell them haters and trolls. Get the fuck out my gym.
You heard him.
Peace.